Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Adda Premier League. We are here once again in Fuquay Arena. We are in the game between the Sunrisers and the Tornadoes, where the Tornadoes won the toss and they have chosen to bat first. The Tornadoes are opening their batting off with Arvind Reddy and Vikram Ravikumar. So that's the opening partnership for them. And for the Sunrisers, Vivek is bowling. He charges in for this delivery. And this time Arvind gets it. It was a little bit of a good length delivery. He stayed on the back foot, ready to pull it right over the middle stump and takes it over mid-wicket for a 6. So we just had a little bit of a delay here getting started. There was a little bit of confusion with the game timing, but we all got it all sorted out, and we are here. And we're happy to be live back with you. I'm Momin, and I am glad to be here in the commentator's block. Thank you, Babar, for getting this all set up. And without him, none of this really happens. So big hand to him. So after the first over, the Tornadoes are 10 without loss. Arvind played every ball of that over. There was 2 wides in it. They also took a 2, and then he also just blasted one over mid-wicket for 6. It is another nice day here in North Carolina. It doesn't feel like a fall day at all. It's more of a summer day with some brown and yellow leaves. Some clouds out, some nice cloud cover along with a nice breeze. The breeze can pick up at times, but shouldn't be too much to be a problem. We'll see if the breeze does have an impact on the ball. But again, it is a beautiful day here in North Carolina. Again, the first over is up. It looks like Mohit Matthews is going to come into bowl for the Sunrisers. He bowled well yesterday in the first match against the Samp Army. Had Chandu, who scored 97 3 times, but none of those chances were taken. So he's going to hope to get Vicky out quickly here. Again, Mohit Matthew is the bowler, and this one almost went straight through Vicky. I think Vicky was expecting it to turn and just stayed a little bit straighter on him. And a great start for Mohit Matthew. And he is someone who is able to vary his length and vary the pace in which he bowls. He bowls a slower one, flights it up, and sometimes bowls that one that gets a little bit quicker. There's one that's a little bit quicker, right on the middle leg stump. Vicky plays a little bit of a paddle sweep behind square leg, and they're pushing for 2, and they do get 2 quite easily. They're pushing 3, actually, and they do get 3 quite easily in the end. Good running by the Tornadoes there, understanding that the ground, again, is a quick outfield. They've cut the grass. It's been baked upon for 2 days straight. There's been no rain. Not a great delivery from Mohit, and you see the man in the red, Daman Singh, giving some words to Mohit, and fellow off-spinner, just giving some words to him, saying, look, if you're going to stray down there, move him backwards and be ready for that paddle shot. Let them flick it through the mid-wicket. You'll create your leading edge. You have protection down there. So we'll see how Mohit responds after being hit away for 3 runs there. Again, as a fielding side, you don't want to be hit away for 3. That's maybe the worst thing that could happen. But let's see how he comes back. The sun is out. It's shining down upon these guys. This ball is bowled. This one a bit shorter, a bit quicker, and bounced a little bit more than Arvind was expecting. He doesn't seem to be moving his feet much as Arvind. He seems to be wanting to stand and deliver. So, against a spinner, it's a little bit tough to go out there, not move your feet and do things like that, but it seems to be his style of batting. You always want to be true to yourself as Mohit comes in for this next delivery. And it's straight up in the air, try to be slog swept. The keeper, Nico, settling underneath it and takes a catch quite comfortably in the end. And that is the end of Arvind. Again, not much feet movement. Try to get down on one knee and send it through mid-wicket. And Nikhil takes a nice, easy catch. It was hanging in the air for quite some time. Did well to not lose it in the air. And just was caught straight back behind the keeper. And the Tornadoes lose their first wicket with just 13 runs on the board here in this second over. And Mohit gets his first of the day. The Sunrisers would be happy to see one of the openers going back in this second over. Again, 13 for 1 now are the Tornadoes with 4 balls bowled in the second over. So you see the playing 11s up on your screen. The Tornadoes led by their captain Vikram Ravikumar, Aditya Gupta, the big score from yesterday. For the Sunrisers, Vivek is a key guy for them. Their captain Yashavi is also big. And the big addition for the Sunrisers, Daman Singh, he's going to be in today. This is going to be his first game in the Adda Premier League, and it seems like he's going to come into bowl right about now. So Tornadoes and the Sunrisers both with 2 solid 11s. Not much change from either side. The Tornadoes are resting Aryan Shah and Hardeep from yesterday's game. Neither of them are playing, so we'll see how that impacts. Those were the two openers from yesterday. And for the Sunrisers, bringing in Daman Singh, so it's some big pieces in and out of the lineup. So we'll see how it comes out. The new batsman, there's a new batsman coming in, and he'll be on strike to face the delivery from Mohit. And for the Tornadoes, this is really, if they win, they're going to be, they're already stapled into the playoffs. A win is just going to help their momentum case. I think as long as they don't lose by a big margin, I think they'll just be fine, but you always want to go into the playoffs with the win. It's a bit of a windy day. Steve is the one-down bowler, Stephen Edward. He's the one-down batsman who will place the next delivery from Mohit. So we'll see how he deals with Mohit right here. Mohit fires it in, back of a length. A little bit of a miskeep there from Nikhil, who just took a catch, but nonetheless, there was no edge on display. So Mohit seems to be just varying with giving you that one right there to blast through mid-wicket and the one that he's going to fire in. And that's the one right outside the off stump with that good length, left alone by Steven. And that is the end of the second over. The Tornadoes 13 for loss of 1, the one wicket being Arvind, who hit a big 6 in the first over. We'll see how Steven and Vicky build this partnership with the remaining of this power play. It looks like Vivek is going to be back into bowl. Had a good first over, had a couple wides, and then it was hit for a 6. So as long as you can cut out the wides, I think he'd be pretty happy with his last over. Let's see how Vicky deals with him here, playing his first delivery of him. And that one much closer to the off stump, pretty full, left alone by Vicky. And Vicky's had 2 disappointing innings so far in this weekend. Yesterday in his first game was out first delivery, trying to uppercut it to third man, was caught by the fielder there, one-handed grab, an excellent catch. And yesterday caught the leading edge of him trying to flick it down to third man, just fine leg. As this one is cut through covers, and they do take a single. As I was saying, he tried to it was ball straight down the leg side. He tried to flick it through third man, that backward square leg region. Caught the leading edge of his bat, went straight up into the air, and ended up in the hands of the short third man fielder. So he's going to be looking to get some momentum and get some good innings here before the playoffs start. He is the captain, so he wants to have that kind of captain's knock and be in form for the playoffs. Vivek would love to get a wicket here and take the second wicket of the Tornadoes. It's going to be Steve on strike to play Vivek. And this one, good length, right on middle and off stump. And worked the short cover. Vicky wisely sends him back for no run. That's a good ball there from Vivek. He's bowled a couple a little bit full. He's bowled some a little bit short. I think that's exactly where you want it. It's a good line as well. So see if you can continue to hit that. Again, there's a little bit of extra bounce on offer, so you don't need to go searching for the bounce. You can continue to hit that one spot on the deck, and it'll do one that goes up in the air, one that bounces a little bit more and surprises the batsman just a little bit as Vivek comes in for this delivery. And that one pitched up, and just to the right of the fielder at cover. They're pushing for 2, and Vicky sends him back, wisely sends him back, as the fielder who was running from cover inside the circle had already had the ball in his hand. And that one just a little bit pitched up just a little bit more, invoking the drive, got the outside edge, just landed safely. So a great ball there from Vivek, and that's what we were talking about. Not much swing on offer. This ball's not going to move a heck of a bit. But what you can do is continue to get some bounce and some edges in these first couple overs. This one was well short. It was back of a length. Vicky thought about pulling it, decided against it, knows there's a third man fielder in play, knows there's no mid-wicket, so all he had to do was chip it over that circle. But had he top-edged it, I think he had a little bit of flashback from yesterday's first match where he was caught there at third man, a one-handed catch. So Vivek has had a good over so far. Just 2 runs off of it. Again, these economic win here for the Sunrisers in a good fashion will get them into the playoffs, and that one's going to be wide on the offside. He's bowled a couple offside wides. I think it's just moving. There's a little bit of shape out of his hand. It's not a lot of shape, but it's enough shape to where it's moving a lot more than he's expecting. The wind is also behind him, so it's blowing from you to him, basically, on your screen. From you to him, from the main umpire to the batsman. That's in the direction the wind is blowing in, and it's also blowing a little bit to the right, so I think you got to use that to your advantage as he runs in for this delivery. And that one's shaping well. It's chipped up in the air. Might be taken. And a simple catch for Daman Singh. There at mid-off. Looked like Vicky had a half-hearted attempt trying to take it over the top. It was pitched up. He got down on a knee, and I didn't know if he wanted to play there. Seemed like he checked himself halfway through the shot, and it just stayed up in the air. I think it might have been a slower delivery from Vivek, but nonetheless, a wide and a wicket, just how they draw it up in school. And Vicky has to depart. The captain going to be disappointed with another not successful knock. He's going to be disappointed that he couldn't get any momentum going for the playoffs. But right now, you got to focus on the team that you have in the Tornadoes. In a little bit of a hole, 16 for 2 here in the third over. And Vivek takes his first and takes the captain, Vikram Ravikumar. So Harun Work is coming in to bat, replacing his captain. Tornadoes had to be great. They've gotten both the openers out. Daman Singh getting straight into the action, taking a nice and simple catch, running to his right from his mid-off position, basically right by the edge of the pitch, and taking a nice catch. He flashed across your screen, left to your right. And that was the end of the over. So again, the Tornadoes are 16 for 2 at the end of 3 overs, and Mohit would want to take his second wicket in his second over. He's going to be bowling to Harun as the batsman did cross. So Harun straight away will have to start facing Mohit again. Mohit has a good feel for when the variation needs to come, and he's able to create wicket opportunities. Now can the Sunrisers take those wicket opportunities? There is a deep mid-wicket in play and a short mid-wicket. So they are saying push me behind square and create a leading edge that way. This one, another good length delivery, played on the back foot, played to third man for a dot ball. Again, that was Harun's first delivery, so just going to feel it a little bit. Again, the Tornadoes are going to want to make use of this power play, as this one, again, good length right on middle stump, short cover, and the bowler both diving for it. Another dot ball. Again, Harun just came onto the crease, so you don't want to expect him to go all out from ball one. You want to get his eye in a little bit, but again, this power play you don't get this power play back, and you want to make the most out of it. And Harun this time worked through mid-wicket for a quick single. The bowler did well, showed some great effort and intent there. Had a little bit of a stumble and a weird throw off the ground. But again, Mohit, he's very, very intense. He likes to get everything out of his bowling and wants to save every single run and take every single wicket. So they're moving mid-on to long on. And they're moving it a little bit wider as well. So it seems like Mohit's going to loft it up right in middle and leg stump and dare him to go over the top. This one outside the off stump, it's flashed at, played to the man at mid-off, and that man is Daman Singh once again. Mohit is bowling really well. That one, a little bit maybe of a diversion, trying to trick Harun there, maybe trying to get him to expect and create some room and then maybe miss out and create some other kind of deal as Mohit comes in. And this one on the pads of the batsman, work behind square, and they should pick up 2, and they do pick up 2 quite easily in the end. And I think that might be a fielding change that Mohit wants to instill. He wants to move that. I think he should look to move that mid-wicket fielder behind square and save those 2 runs, not because that ball can happen. He's trying to get them to play across the line and play into those areas, but sometimes you just want to save those singles. He's playing really smart, and that mid-wicket fielder has moved more towards square leg, so he's in between backward square leg and mid-wicket, so it's a good place to be. It's a good fielding adjustment there, as this one's lofted up on middle stump through the man at short cover. They should push 2. They do push 2. Throw comes in, and quite easily 2 in the end. Backup does well to stop it. Umpire did well to get out of the way as well. Again, it is another really nice day here in Fuquay Arena. The sun is out. There are some more clouds in the sky. It's almost like that Toy Story wallpaper scene. Just kind of that perfect summer day that you want in North Carolina. That was the end of the 4th over, and the Tornadoes are 22 for the loss of 2 wickets. Steven, is the batsman on strike. And this time he pulled the length back, but Steven plays that one a fine leg, and that's going to be a big 6. And the last shot was played by Steven. Both the boundaries were played by Steven. I apologize. Again, Steven back-to-back boundaries, hit a 4, then backed it up with a 6. And I think it just, was a little bit too expected. It was too obvious what you were going to bowl there if you're Vivek. He knew you were going to bring the length back after that, and that one just straying down to the leg side. Too easy for a batsman of Steven's class. He's at the one-down position for a reason. Tornadoes obviously have so much trust in him, and they want to see him get a good knock-in. So how does Vivek respond? 2 boundaries, back-to-back. He goes, this time a good length outside the off stump, and they pushing for one. Throw comes in. Oh! I'm not sure there was a run-out chance, but it hit the edge of the pitch and bounced over the keeper. The keeper ducking at that point. Did want him in the head. Good backup, though. Again, Vivek backed that one up beautifully, and I think that's where you want it. I think now, if you're Steven, you've got to kind of adjust, but now there's a deep extra cover in the mix. So, good field placement because Steven, he sees, okay, this is what you're going to bowl. He's going to go big. Harun is on strike. Let's see what he does to Vivek. And this one outside the off stump, there was the big slash, trying to move it over covers. It's going to end up in a dot ball, so the first dot ball of the over. Again, there was good field placement by the Sunrisers. Harun would have connected on all of that for that one to be a boundary, as there is a fielder there. So cut off the 4, take the catch for that 6. And this time he's played it over cover, and that's a heck of a shot. That's so pretty. Didn't matter where that fielder was. It didn't go away for 4. He played that one through point. And you can see he just opened the face a little bit more just to guide it in that region. Didn't try to overhit it, just timed it over there. A really, really pretty shot to go out there and watch. And that's when you want to replay over and over again. Put that on a continuous loop. Show it to your kids. That's how you bat. Really class stuff there from Harun. So you see how I backed it up. They picked up 2 off that. As Vivek comes in. This time shorter. Harun sends the same through that point region. And it's going to be fielded, and so it's going to go for 2, or is it going to be 3? No, it's going to be 2 in there. Good work from the fielder saving the boundary, but Haroon played 2 very nice shots through point, and that's going to end the 5th over. The Tornadoes are 37 for the loss of 2 wickets, and they're starting to rebound after the initial loss of their openers. You can see Bobber, he just walked off your screen. He's the man who made all of this possible, giving the umpire a walkie-talkie, so we have some excellent communication going through. And Mohit, he's going to bowl his 3rd over, so are Mohit and Vivek going to finish off now? They've bowled well, but maybe you try to throw something different at these batsmen. Seem like they're kind of getting used to the flavor. Just throw them a little bit of a curveball. So here what Mohit does. Again, he varies things well. That one fired a little bit quicker and played the 3rd man just for a dot ball. Good intent there from the 3rd man fielder. Ran in hard, threw it in well, and the keeper very quick to get that one to the stumps. And this delivery, Mohit bowls that one really well. This one a little bit on middle stump. Tried to square him up. Almost had to square it up. Almost creating the leading edge. So in comes Mohit once again. This one flied up a little bit more onto the leg side. There is a backward square leg fielder. Direct hit, and he's gone. Ooh. Great fielding adjustment there from the Sunrisers. We were saying earlier that they need to put that fielder to backward square leg for that little flick off of the pads. Really, really well done by the fielder behind square leg. And that is the end of Haroon. They try to take a quick, easy single. Steven just looking to push that one through. Again, a great adjustment by the Sunrisers. Just putting that fielder there, taking him out of mid-wicket. And you could see the keeper almost went after to go get that one, then went behind the stumps, but it didn't matter. It didn't be anywhere. Because that one, well picked up by the fielder at backward square leg, threw into the stumps, direct hit, and Haroon has to walk back to the dugout. You can see the wind on your screen. The shaking of the camera is not us, I promise. I promise we're not trying to shake it and throw a curveball at you. It is the wind. So it is a windy day. Again, it's moving from you to the screen. And the fielder's name was Zishan, who is at backward square leg. Put a great throw in there. Direct hit to get rid of Haroon, and the new batsman has to come on. Again, the Tornadoes, they got in this kind of situation yesterday in both games where they were stuck in kind of a hole, and Aditya Gupta had to dig them out of it. So let's see if they don't need Aditya Gupta. Muzaffar is in to bat, and Muzaffar takes this one straight to point. So you can see some intent there from Mustafa. From what I've heard of him, haven't personally seen him bat, but what I've heard is that he is a big hitter. He's a guy who likes to go out there and slash. So we'll see if he goes from ball one. Mohit coming in for ball two into Mustafa and defended nicely down to third man for just another dot ball. And this is what wickets do to a team. It creates now where you end up getting dot balls. Not because they can't play it, but because they need to go get set. So now dot balls create, and dot balls win matches in a T20. In T20, every dot ball that you play is a thing for the other team. As this one is worked. That one wasn't a back foot ball. It was a little bit fuller than a good length. Played it on the back foot and almost found the outside edge. Was an edgy shot. And that is the end of the over. The Sunrisers get what they wanted. They wanted a wicket, and they got it. And that is the end of Mohit Matthews' 3 overs. At the end of 6 overs, the Tornadoes are 37 for loss of 3 wickets. The 3 wickets being Vikram Ravikumar, who got out at 4, Arvind, who got out at 8, and Harun Warwick, who got out for 9. So now the new bowler being introduced, Daman Singh. And you can see the bowlers, only 2 bowlers being used so far, 3 overs each between Vivek and Mohit. Mohit has been very, very economical, 9 runs with just a wicket. Vivek has given up 28 runs but also took a wicket. So now, again, Daman is coming in to bowl for the Sunrisers. And here comes Daman. First delivery. Lofts it outside the off stump. And it was really flat, not signaled wide by the umpire. Not signaled wide by the umpire. Just a little bit flirting with that wide line. He's just trying to push it outside. I do believe he has an extra cover fielder. Now he does have a deep extra cover fielder. He sees the line. He sees the intent from the batsman. So he's keeping that. Smart thing for Steven. Oh, and found the outside edge of Steven and given by the umpire. And on his second delivery of this Adda Premier League, the second ball he's bowled, this entire tournament, he finds the wicket of Steven Edward. Steven just looking to defend it, didn't spin back like Steven was expecting, stayed straight, and Nikhil takes the catch, and Nikhil having a much better day today than he had yesterday in the first match. Tornadoes lose their 4th wicket for just 37 runs on the board, and Daman Singh striking in his second delivery of the Adda Premier League. And just a reminder, the power play is up, so the field is going to be spread open. And we'll see who the Tornadoes do decide to send in now. So the new batsman is Piyush. Piyush is the new batsman. Piyush is a lefty, so maybe they're just trying to get a little bit of a change in, bring in the shorter boundary. Daman changing up his field, keeping a cow corner and a deep mid wicket, as well as a deep deep fine leg, a very wide deep fine. Actually, that is not on this field. That is another field. He has in the deep cover, so he's gonna try to push it. Let's see if he tries to push it away and try to get him to slash through. There is no deep third man, so expect him to jam him up a little bit, and he's expecting just the one that maybe he stays on the back foot and tries to punch through there. Let's see how Daman attacks the new batsman. The Tornadoes, they need this wicket to last for quite some time. The power play just ended in their 4 down. Attacking the pads, big appeal. I think it might be going down the leg side. If it was straight onto the pads, I think there might have been some bat on it as well. The umpire very quick though to say not out. So it's going to be a dot ball, but pressure on from ball 1. That's what Daman does. He's able to get it quick into you off just a two-step run up, quicker than you'd expect it. And that one again, quick! Again hits the pads, no appeal from Daman. Again, that one was, I believe, going down the leg side. But again, constant pressure. I talked about the wickets. They lead to dot balls because the batsmen are just trying to get set. No fault of the batsmen, but they create dot balls. They continue to build pressure, and the Sunrise is trying to build off that pressure. They know they need to win, and they need to win big to make the playoffs, and they eagerly want to make it here. Daman lost this one up, and it's going to be way down the leg side. So again, he's trying to jam him. He's trying to not give him any room and make him play straight down. But a much-needed run for the Tornadoes, and they'll take a run in any way they can get it. Daman's got to get this one back towards that middle and off stump. He had a good line earlier. Fires one in, goes across, and almost finds the stumps. How did that one not go through? And again, you can see it in your screen. The camera is shaking just a little bit. And again, that is not us playing a practical joke. That is the wind. The wind is blowing out here. It's giving out some nice, cool, refreshing breeze. Might be making your viewer experience a little bit shaky. But Daman's coming in for this one. He left to shake up the stumps right here. Lofts it up. Cut straight to backward point for a dot ball. And a great over for Daman. No runs coming off of the bat. Just a wide ball. Really great stuff from Daman in his first over, and expect him to continue. The Tornadoes, 38 for the loss of 4 wickets after 7. 1 over removed off the power play, and the Sunrise is not letting anything go. And it looks like Mohit Matthews is going to come back to finish off his 4th over. So in comes Mohit. And on the legs, just chipped over mid-wicket for a quick single. The short mid-wicket is there, so well done by the batsman, Muzaffar. And he is supposed to be a big hitter, and he's showing some intent, but now the lefty's on strike, and the lefty-righty combo does create some problems for the fielders, because you do have to constantly move around, make sure your positionings are right. And on a hot day like this, it does hurt you, especially when you don't have water for quite some time. As Mohit comes in to his lefty counterpart, and that one's going to be wide down the offside. So a little bit of a different approach here from Mohit. It seemed like Daman wanted to jam up the batsman, wanted to jam up Piyush, but it seems like Mohit wants to keep it a little bit away from him and try to entice him to play it over cover. They do have a third man on the circle, so Stevie continues that plan. Nope, this time he jams it, played through mid-wicket, and a simple catch taken out in the deep. Omar makes no mistake taking that one, and that is the 5th wicket lost for the Tornadoes. Omar standing at deep mid-wicket makes a nice, easy catch there, made it look very simple, did a little toss to himself at the end too, and the Tornadoes are in a little bit of a hole. Do they send the man that has the golden shovel for them? Do they send in Aditya Gupta, who did him out of 2 yesterday? He's in sublime touch. Do they do it again today? And Piyush is gone, so no more lefty. And the Tornadoes again in a hole, 40 for the loss of 5 wickets. And what a start for the Sunrisers, already halfway through the Tornadoes' batting lineup. And you're only in the 8th over. And it doesn't seem to be Aditya Gupta. It seems to be Sai Krishna coming in to bat. Mohit takes his 2nd wicket of the day. And really well bowled there. He just jammed him up, let him hit it. It is a shorter boundary, but the wind blowing against him, not able to fully connect to get on it. And Omar make no mistake in the deep, making easy work of it. And now it's all the righties. Sai Krishna is going to be on strike. Can he save the Tornadoes, or do they have to go to the man with the golden shovel and Aditya Gupta to dig him out of this hole? And Mohit comes in for this one, fires it in right outside the off stump, left alone by Sai Krishna. And the dot ball is coming after wickets because of batsmen trying to get their eye in. Here comes Mohit into Sai Krishna. This one down on his pads, worked through backward square leg, and the fielder was there and sent back by Muzaffar. So it looks like they're holding Aditya Gupta. They want to hold him, I think, until around the 10th over. Mohit is bowling really well, and Daman put great pressure in his last over. Mohit would love another wicket in this one. Flights it up. Sai Krishna goes big. Could be caught. It covers. And it's going to be 4. Put it in the gap there. So good things happening for the Tornadoes, finally getting a much-needed boundary. For the Sunrisers, I think you still got to be encouraged. It's up in the air, didn't quite connect fully, just was in the gap. So your fielders will come into play, and you know he's going to be aggressive, so you can get those catches. And let's see how he backs it up. How does Mohit respond right here? So here comes Mohit into Sai Krishna after a 4. How does Sai respond to that? How does Mohit respond to that? And Sai just pushes it straight to short cover. A dot ball to end the over. And the Tornadoes, 44 for the loss of 5 wickets. So Daman Singh is coming into bowl. But while we're looking at that, let's look at the game that's going on in Fuquay Lower. Samp Army taking on the Raiders, and the Samp Army are 67 for the loss of 3 after 9.1 overs. So Sarnam and Chandu Kesaredi, Chandu, he hit 96 the other day. He's still out there to bat. So let's see if they can dig themselves as a whole. But Daman coming into bowl now. This time into Muzaffar, hits straight back, hits the wickets. And they should pick up 2. Quite honestly, they could push for 2, but they only settled for 1. The fielder hadn't even gotten there, and I think that's just poor running there from the Tornadoes. Nicely struck by Muzaffar. It went straight back. It hit the wickets. Honestly, was a blessing in disguise because they could have picked up 2 in that circumstance. They don't end up doing so. Again, I just think they needed to run a little bit harder and a little bit better there. Daman that time, I think he just was a little bit too full on that occasion. He's bowled really well, and he's got to focus on the dot balls. The wickets will follow him. Sai Krishna needs to just start rotating strike and just play straight back to Daman. Daman fired it in there. And that's the strength of Daman. His a little bit variation. He's changing up the field. Third man's being told to come a little bit finer. So let's see if he tries a little bit of a slower one, loops it up, and dares him to swing big. Or if he tries to fire it in outside the off stump and see if he tries to glide it down there. He fires it right outside the off stump towards the wide line. It is going to end up being wide, but that was the play. He wanted to see if he could get him to just tap it down there, try to run the third man, catch an aerial route, and fall into the hands of the fielder. So Daman coming in for his next delivery, again into Sai. This one lofted up right on between off and middle stump, and it's just worked through mid-wicket for a single. So Daman coming back for his next delivery, this time into Muzaffar once again. See if he goes quicker. He does go quicker. Backward length is up in the air. All falls safe at cover. Throw comes in. Oh, director would have been out, and there's no backup. And they're able to take another one. That's going to be 2. And there's a little bit of yelling going on in the infield. And Dublin almost had a wicket through the air. There's almost a run-up taking place. Everything happening at the moment. But it's just going to be 2 runs for the Tornadoes, and they'll take the 2 runs any day of the week. So there is a slip for Dublin. Again, let's see if he again goes quick and at good length and gets a little bit more bounce. Or does he loft one up and dare him to hit? He lofts one up, dare him to hit. Work through mid-wicket. Oh, didn't play it well enough through mid-wicket. Just found the fielder. It's going to be a dot ball there. Again, Dublin, he's bowled really, really well. He's going to want a second wicket here in the second over. Got one to pop up in the air. Can you get another one? This one quicker. Work through straight to point. And really good field settings here from Dublin. He knows, okay, this is where I'm going to bowl, and that's where I'm going to keep it. That is the end of the 9th over. The Tornadoes, 49 for the loss of 5 wickets. So while we're talking about other games, let's talk about the Chargers taking on the Kings down at Century Field. The Chargers 88 for 5 in the 10th over going on. Their wicket has just fallen. Abhijit Kaur on his first delivery of his first over took a wicket. So for the Chargers, they're just going to need to find themselves out of that hole. Again, 88 for 5 in the 10th over, taking on the Kings. But back to this game, there's going to be a new bowler going to be introduced to bowl. Karthikeya is the bowler. Again, Mohit finished his 4 overs off, but had a great spell. 4 overs, had a 1 maiden with 15 runs and 2 wickets. So really good stuff there in 4 overs. Sai Krishna is going to take on Karthikeya. Karthikeya bowled a really nice length yesterday. He was able to continuously hit a spot, get a little bit bounce, stayed low in certain areas. So he looks to have a couple deliveries that could create some problems for Sai Krishna. Again, the sun has been baking the pitch, so there should be some turn on offer for him and some bounce on offer. And if you're a spinner, all you can ask for is some spin and some bounce off the pitch. Karthikeya coming in, lofts it up in the air, and just going to be a couple bounces to Mohit Matthew standing at long off. Karthikeya coming for the second delivery, a little bit quicker on that occasion, a little less bounce, and that's what we're talking about. He has a little bit of a knack for finding the areas where it's not going to bounce as much and the area where it's going to come a little bit skid on. He does that, and it's very tough for a batsman. You got to read it. It was just cut to point again by Musafar. He seems to enjoy playing the cut shot, but the fielder is there every time he tries to play it. This time again tries the cut shot straight to the fielder. And I think Sai Krishna's got to have a word with him. Say, look, the cut shot is not there. Come on the front foot or come on the back foot and play with a straight bat and play it through the covers. There is a single on offer there. Karthikeya again into Musafar. Again, the cut shot try. This time played through long off. And they get a single. This time got on the back foot very quickly and played with a flat bat and flat batted it straight back. Karthikeya coming in to Sai Krishna this time. Sai Krishna plays him over extra cover. And that is a big, big 6 this time. Overpitched. Too much with on offer there. Karthikeya missing the line and length that time completely. And Sai Krishna makes him pay. Sai Krishna showing, look, I have that cover shot all day long. Keep feeding me there, and I'll keep taking you over there. And he's done it twice so far. And the Tornadoes hoping he can continue to do so. They move into the 50s now with that shot. Again, Sai Krishna, he's Played well. The ball finding committee's out now. This is where the ball finding committee is very necessary. Again, that extra cover boundary is in a field, so it's kind of tough to see where the ball has landed if you did not spot it all the way in. And even if you spotted it all the way in, it can't always take a bounce, and there's a couple different ridges and some deep weeds out there. The ball has been found, though. The ball finding committee successful. You see the ball being thrown to Kartikeya. Let's see how Kartikeya responds here. He's got to bring the length back a little bit and don't give him as much room. Again, that one was just full wide, asking to be hit right inside Krishna's slot. That seems to be his favorite area to do it. Just seems to be a little bit flick of a wrist there, steps down and plays a little bit of a wristy, kind of lofted cover drive. So again, jam him and bring the length a little bit back. And he does both of that, but it was a little bit too much outside the off stump towards the end, but left alone there from Sai Krishna. The Tornadoes and the 10th over, 57 for the loss of 5. The projected score 114, so they're going to want to get move on here. So Daman Singh back into bowl his third over. He's bowled well so far. He's created a lot of pressure. Again, his ability to get one that's lofted up, push one that fires in faster than some of the pace bowlers that we see. So those little bit of things that he's able to do allows him to be a very dangerous and deadly bowler. He's already taken a wicket. Again, the Sunrise would love it if he can take his second wicket. The Tornadoes will love to see him out and score some runs while he's there anyways. Mustafa on strike. He struggled with a lot of stuff, not able to get the cut shot going. And this time a complete full toss, worked through to long on for a single. So I think Daman would feel like he got a little bit lucky there. It was quick on to Mustafa. But again, anytime there's a full toss, you expect it to be sent away. Now Sai Krishna playing Daman. Taking slip out. Moving that fielder into short mid wicket, so it seems like he's going to go towards middle and leg stump. Try to go quick into that area. Not going to give him any room to flick it over to covers. So again, I expect one to be quick on middle and leg stump. And this one, everything I just said, he ignored because he was lofted it up full outside the off stump. And Sai Krishna did not connect, unfortunately for him. Luckily for the Sunrisers, I don't think that was the delivery he was searching for. Maybe a little bit of a bluff there by Daman, trying to get Sai Krishna to expect it to be where I was saying it, and then play it towards, then push it out there toward outside the off stump and daring to go over covers. Third man is finer now, so again, I expect one to be a little bit closer to him. It was closer to him, and a stumping! Yes, and Nick Hill does well this time. Everything going for Nick Hill today. This one jammed in quick. Sai Krishna came down the track, and you can see he's hitting himself in the head. He knows he didn't need to do that. Jammed him to Daman, flew past the outside edge. Well kept by Nick Hill. It flew into him and did great to get the ball out of his right hand into his left and allowed him to get that quick, easy stumping. And that is the 6th wicket lost for the Tornadoes here in this 11th the 11th over. The Tornadoes 58. For the loss of 6, Sai Krishna has to depart. And is it the man with the golden shovel to dig the Tornadoes out of this hole? Is it going to be Aditya Gupta? Nonetheless, Daman has bowled excellently here in his first game in the Adda Premier League. He's had 3 overs, 2 wickets, and 7 runs. We still have 4 deliveries left of this over, and still has a whole another over afterwards. And it is going to be Aditya Gupta. He's played 2 great innings yesterday. Scored 82 in one of them, scored a match-winning 62 in the other. So he's going to need to score one of those 2 to get the Tornadoes out of this hole. Again, 58 for the loss of 6 with 3 balls to go in this 11th over. They're in a little bit of a hole here. Adda played really sensibly yesterday. Does he continue that sensible batting here? Dummoney's caused issues for every batsman so far. This one short, on his legs, worked through square leg for a quick single. And again, if your screen was shaking, it is the wind. The wind is playing a big factor for you guys, not so much for the players. It's just giving them a nice sea breeze. But for your visual experience, it might be just affecting it a little bit. Shaking your screen as Dummon hopes to shake the wickets with this shot. As he comes in, lofted outside the off stump. Again, try to cut it to Musafar. Again, straight to the fielder. And again, another dot ball off another cut shot. I think Musafar needs to go a little bit into his bag and start finding a little bit newer shots to play. Come down the track maybe a little bit, or try to just work it through covers, get on the back foot, play with a straight bat. Let's see, Dummon this time again lofted, again on his legs, worked through mid-wicket. Oh, well fielded by the man in the deep. Just for a single. Was once that was well struck by Musafar. He got on the back foot quickly, expecting another one on the good length, played it through mid-wicket, but well fielded by the man out there. This is going to be the end of the 11th over. The Tornadoes are 60 for the loss of 6. And they're going to want to continue to pick things up. And Adi's a guy who likes to get a single every delivery, so expect it to be a little bit quicker now as a new bowler is coming into the attack. Excuse me, it is going to be Karthikeya coming back into bowl, excuse me. Karthikeya coming in to Musafar. Again, Musafar, he needs to go into his bag. Gotta stop playing that cut shot. Does come down the track this time. Work through mid-wicket, straight to the man, Daman Singh, for a quick single. And now Adda on strike again. He's worked that mid-wicket region all of yesterday against the Kings. Any situation, he was just able to push it outside the off stump, straight to mid-wicket. I was talking to him about it. I was like, how did you get those, even off the Pacers, outside the off stump? How'd you work it through mid-wicket? He said, it's just a drill I run. I do it often, and it's something that pays off. And this guy's put in a lot of hours, and that's why he's such a great player, and why he's playing at such a high level. There is a mid-wicket fielder now, as it's outside the off stump, work through cover, well stopped by the man at short cover. Adda wanted the single. Probably the single could have been taken, but Musafar sent him back straight away. And now there's a little bit of a conversation between Adda and Musafar. So in comes Karthikeya. Again into Adda. Adda just having a word with Musafar about their running. This time outside the off stump, left alone by Adda again. Adda's been very sensible in his innings. He's paced himself well, and he's just been, taking them with singles, doubles, and then letting the boundaries come. He said he doesn't want to deal in boundaries and dot balls. He wants to deal in singles and doubles, and then boundaries will come and follow. Left alone there by Adda, and that one was dangerously close to the off stump. I'm not sure if he got lucky or if he knew where his off stump was just a little bit too much. Again, dangerously close to that off stump of his. But nonetheless, it is just another dot ball. Karthikeya, he's trying to jam Adda a little bit. I think Adda's going to stay on the back foot here and try to work it through mid-wicket. Stays on the back foot, but cuts it. And that point fielder has been busy today, and he's not let anything go by him. I think Musafar needs to tell Adda the cut shot is not on offer. Get on the back foot, step across, and work it through mid-wicket. Third man is a little wide, so you could ideally push it through that region. Slog sweep, and he's been cleaned up. Adda tried to go for a big slog sweep. He's batted so well, and you can see I think he just was a little bit frustrated. He saw it right there, and his own eyes got big, but the ball not there, and Adda has to be sent back to the dugout. Has to be disappointed in himself, knows that he needed to have a big innings, and the Tornadoes, 61 for the loss of 7 at the end of 12 overs. They're in a bit of a hole here. The projected score has trickled all the way down to 102, and they need someone to come up big if they hope to get back in this match. And Karthiki, after taking the big wicket of Aditya Gupta, now Daman is coming back in. Akash Joshi is the new bat, but he's going to be at the non-striker's end. Muzaffar, he is going to be on the striker's end, and he's got to get an innings going. He's the guy who's been there for quite some time now, and he's got to be the one who'll get it in. Muzaffar, he's played 15 deliveries, only scored 8 runs off of it. He's tried the cut shot a lot. He's got to get out of that cut shot mindset. He saw him start to do that. You see third man be brought a little bit finer, and mid-wicket brought a little bit straighter, so expect this one to be outside the off stump consistently. And he goes to the leg side. Anytime I say something, he looks like he's just bluffing. No square leg fielder. Easy single on offer for the Tornadoes, and they get a rotation of strike. Now Akash Joshi will play Daman. This is Daman's third over. He's bowled really, really well, only giving up 10 runs so far, taking 2 wickets. So he'd love to take another one. Looks like he's going to bring in a slip and takes out third man, puts him into slip. So does fire one in to start him off, or does he loft one up? And Muzaffar having a word with Akash as Akash is trying to get his guard set up. I think Muzaffar is just telling him, look, he's going to bowl fast. I think you've seen this. Go after, just be ready for it. And let's see what Daman has in store. It's his first delivery into Akash. How does he want to set up this batsman? Does he want to bowl him a couple loopy ones and go in unexpectedly, or does he go quick just to start off to see where his nerves are at and see where his eyes are at, how his hands are working? Let's see what he does. Daman into Akash. He goes, fires one in, a little bit of an edge up in the air. Silly point would have had to been there to catch it, but just went to short cover. So that one not the quickest one Daman could bowl, just a little bit of an in-betweener. So let's see how Daman responds after that one. He wants to create a wicket opportunity. Fires one in. Just by the edge. He tried to work it through point again. Point not a region that you want to go to today. The point fielder has been all over his head. Cannot believe that one did not find the edge of the bat into the keeper's hands. Again, Daman, he's bowled really, really well. He's bowling into Akash. Let's see what Akash does here. Cuts it, and to who else but the point fielder? Oh, but an overthrow, but doesn't matter. But this fielder might be just the man of the match. He saved at least 10 runs over there. They've played so many cut shots, and he's not letting anyone do anything, and is creating so much pressure. I believe that's Vivek, who bowled 4 overs to start us off. As Daman comes in, fires one down the leg side, and that's too easy. That's easy pickings for Akash. That's a big 6. He wanted to go for a quicker one. It's going to be 4, excuse me. It's going to be 4 down behind square leg. He tried to go for another quicker one. This one strained on the leg side. It was very short and just too easy. Akash just take it off his hip, and a welcome boundary for the Tornadoes as they move to 66, excuse me. And here we go, Daman coming in to Akash again. This time work through covers, and they're pushing 2. And then Hugo to throw comes in, chance of a run out. Better throw might have resulted in it. It was a good throw. I think just don't think he got there in time. And that's going to end Dunman's third over, or actually end his fourth over. So he ends his spell. 16 runs, 2 wickets, so a really good spell for Dunman, an economy rate of 4. So really, really well done there from Dunman. And well, I expect Karthikeya to come back. He's taking the big wicket of Aditya Gupta. And it's not going to be Karthikeya, it's going to be Omar. He's bringing himself in. And you can see the bowling summary right now. Vivek, he's bowled 3 overs so far, took a wicket, 28 runs. Mohit, he's finished. The 2 off spinners, Mohit and Daman, they're both finished up their 4 overs. Very similar run charts. Mohit 15 runs, 2 wickets. Daman 16 runs, 2 wickets. And Karthikeya 2 overs with 9 runs and took the big wicket of Aditya Gupta. So it looks like Omar is going to be the bowler here. Look at the batting, just no one able to stand there for the Tornadoes. Both the openers, Arvind and Vicky, out in the first 3 overs. Then you had Steven and Haroon both getting out very quickly. Bayush got out, then Sai got out, and then the big wicket of Aditya just falling here. None of them really scoring big. You can see none of the partnerships lasting. The biggest partnership between Steven and Haroon, that 21-run partnership, and then Muzaffar and Sai had an 18-run partnership. But besides that, nothing much going right for the Tornadoes. They need this partnership between Akash and Muzaffar to be the partnership that takes them over the side. And Omar coming in, and a big slash, and a swing and a miss there from the batsman, Muzaffar. He's trying to get something going. He's an aggressive batsman by trade, not able to connect that time. And Omar, he's a very smart bowler in his own right. Omar comes in for this delivery, again outside the off stump, work to third man for a single. So again, the single to third man is open. I think the Tornadoes have got to make use of it. The field is spread out with a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep third man, and a man at deep extra cover. Inside the circle, there is a mid wicket and a backward square leg, as well as a mid-off, as well as a backward point. This ball bowled in on the pads, but work through fine leg. Might run away for 4, probably will run away for 4, and it does run away for 4. So welcome boundary for the Tornadoes, and Omar's got to get that one back towards the off stump. And you see Karthikeya just having a word with Omar. Just asking him about some of the field suggestions and some of that thing. So Omar, again, he's just got to get that ball back towards that off stump. So just a little bit of break there, but I think the shoe needed to be tied. So we're set off to see the 4th delivery of the over. Again, 5 runs off the first 3. This one outside the off stump finds the bottom edge. It's going to be a dot ball. Omar very active to go get that one from short cover. Again, Omar, you just don't want to be expensive at this point because you've created such good pressure. You have 3 wickets left to spare. If you can just continue to create that pressure, continue to sustain that pressure, you've got yourselves a really good shot here to be in a great position. Slower delivery, work through mid-wicket, and 4, yes, it is going to be 4. 4 signal from the umpire. That one, again, slower. This one drifting again down to the leg side. It was worked in between mid-wicket and square leg, and he got it for a boundary. So 2 boundaries off the over. I don't know the last time I saw 2 boundaries in an over. I'm not sure if we saw 2 boundaries in an over today, but Omar, he's had an expensive over so far. He's got to get the line right. He's got to get it back to where it needs to be. Again, the one thing you can't do here if you're the Sunrisers, you can't take your foot off the gas pedal. You got to put the final nails in the coffin. Give yourselves not much to go out there and chase. Give your batsmen a nice, easy rest going. As Omar comes in, this time hits the deck hard and work to what other fielder than the backward point fielder? Another dot ball. That fielder is getting everything that he came out here to work for. Vivek, he bowled, and now he's getting his money's worth out there in the field. Karthikeya back into bowl. As this one, he hits the deck hard. It's played over mid-wicket, over cow corner, and that's a 6. That one too short on occasion. And Muzaffar taking advantage. And Muzaffar is a very aggressive batsman by trade. He's starting to find some rhythm, and he's using that rhythm to his advantage. And he put that one away for another boundary. So the foot being let off the gas pedal here from the Sunrisers. They got to put the pressure back on the Tornadoes. The Tornadoes are clawing out of this hole that they dug themselves into. Muzaffar, he's been in for quite some time now, and he's making use of his time in the middle. How does Karthikeya respond? He had a fielder in play, but it didn't matter because of how far it was hit. This time, comes down the track, played over mid-wicket, between square leg and mid-wicket, and it's going to be another boundary. That's 4 more. And Muzaffar coming away from that cut shot, and what he's saying, he is going to come down the track, and he's going to go out there and play down to the leg side. He's not going to play to Vivek anymore at point. And just a little bit of a signal coming in from long off to say, you know what, push it even further outside the off stump. Push it even further, keep the length there, and let him cut. Let him try to continuously cut. He hasn't found success. Muzaffar, he's finding rhythm. The Sunrisers could not want to find rhythm. The Tornadoes would love it if he gets 4 more of these in. Reverse shot. He went for the switch hit, trying to play to the short boundary. And, you know, this is modern T20 cricket. Not a shot that you normally would expect to see or want to see, but it's modern T20 cricket. I'm not sure if the risk-reward, it was in his favor there, but he did play it, and it's just going to be a dot ball in the end. We'll see how many times he tries that in the remaining of his innings. This delivery stays on the back foot, tries to run it down to third man. Throw comes into the bowler's end, and they should push for a second. And Muzaffar sends it back. He's all the way stranded. He's stranded. Oh! And it only ends up in a single, but the running and intent from the batsman is truly, truly special stuff. Akash, he's very attentive. He wants to go out there and run around. He ran that first one hard. Chance of a run out, a throw going out to his right, overthrows, and Muzaffar was just barely able to get to that one. He was already running backwards, and Akash was already halfway down the track when Muzaffar sent him back. The throw came in, and he made good ground to get back. So now let's see how Akash can play Karthikeya. Can the Sunrisers collapse the order around Muzaffar? Oh, and I'm not sure what the shot was there. It looked like he had the bat just pop it up in the air. It looked like he was just throwing his wicket away. I'm not sure what it was. He kind of had a paddle kind of bad and tried to I don't know, lift it. I don't know where he was trying to lift it. If he's trying to lift it straight up, lift it to third man, lift it to fine leg. I don't know, not a great shot. I don't even call that a cricketing shot. I've never seen that one. I've seen Rishabh Pant play, but I don't think he has that shot in his bag. As Karthikeya comes in for this one. A little bit quicker, cut to point, always cut to covers. And they should pick up 2. And they do pick up 2 quite easily in the end. And a good over there, a good shot there from Karthikeya. A good shot there from Akash, excuse me. 15 runs off the over. And a great over for 90. The Tornadoes. 92 for 7.
9.
So 90 runs, full 7 wickets down. Tornadoes clawing their way back into this match. So Omar coming back into bowl. This one found the outside edge. Fielder there. Doesn't matter. Lands just to the right of him. And they end up getting 4 off of that one. And that one, it was short, it was wide, and just slashed that by the batsman. It runs away for 4. They've changed the fielder there. Fielder seemed just a little bit slow on the feet there, not able to react in time. As Omar running in for his second delivery now. Finds the outside edge, just short of the fielder who was just moved there. Going to end up in a single. And in comes Omar once again. This time slows it down, worked, heaved over square leg. Oh, just short of the fielder there. He did well to stop it from running away for 4. Almost another wicket opportunity. The ball is just falling short of the fielders. So it's going to be Mustafa back on strike. As he pushed this one straight to backward square leg. Fielder was just moved from third man, ends up in a single. And the continuous rotation of strike is perfect for the Tornadoes. So there seems to be a little bit of an issue with the score. On the scorecard it says 4 off the 14.6. It was 2. So just changing that out. Fielder's getting a little bit of a rest here. Tornadoes have scored 97 runs. Just trying to update the scorecard, have them fix the mistake that they had made. And then we'll be back into playing. And they're just checking the scorecard here. Just a little bit of confusion going on. That's what the interruption is. But again, for the Tornadoes, they're at 97 with 7 wickets here in the 16th over. So they've done well to dig themselves out of a little bit of a hole. And they'd want to ideally end up at around 130, 140. And if you can end up at around that total, why am I saying 140 in a T20 match that in the 140 was easily chaseable here yesterday? Well, the Sunrisers struggled to put up 140 yesterday. So that's why you're saying right now, okay, 140 seems to be a good enough score to at least compete with them, right? You can at least give yourselves a shot. I think if you get up to 140, I think 150, 160, you got a really good shot, but you have to really get a move on if you want to get up into there. I think we've sorted out the scoring confusion, and we'll be back in shortly. And Omar coming in to Akash, and that one is swing and a miss there from Akash. It's going to be a dot ball. It was just a little bit back of a length outside the off stump. Looked to heave it over mid-wicket. Not able to fully connect that time. This time, fuller in length outside the off stump to work to extra cover. And just a couple bounces to the man out there, and it's going to end up in a single. Omar is disappointed with themselves, not able to take a wicket, but that is going to end the 16th over. The Tornadoes 98 for the loss of 7 wickets, and we'll see who they bring into bowl next. So I believe Adda is going to be the new bowler in for the Sunrisers. They're going to need to choke down the Tornadoes here. Tornadoes have been given some late life here by this last partnership. They're going to want to choke this down and not allow them to get into the 130s, 140s. It looks like Akash is going to be on strike. And this one was fuller on his legs, And a little bit of a fumble by the man at backward square leg. Ends up in a quick single for the Tornadoes. Looks like Ali's going to be one to fire it in and fire it in full and not give you much time to be able to sit down and heave the ball over the top. Adi coming in for the next delivery now. And this one too short. It was down the leg side, found the top edge. Fielder not able to settle underneath it. They're going to push for two, and they get two quite easily in the end. Some swing in that throw. That one kind of had some outshaping. And 100 up for the Tornadoes. They crossed the 100 mark here in the 17th over. And they've gotten some late life out of this partnership, and they're going to need this partnership to continue to go out there and bat and push them to a total of maybe 120, 130. The projected score right now is 122, so if the Tornadoes can get into the 130s, I think they would like their shots with the bowling that they do possess. And this one way outside the off stump, it was full, and it's going to be a 4 to cover that time. That's just too easy for Akash right there. He's done it a couple of times today. He's slashed at it. He's seen the Tornadoes have slashed at it, and that one full outside the off stump, and Akash sends it over the covers. Really nice shot there. Excuse me, that was Musafar who played the shot. So how does Ali respond now? Bowling to Musafar once again. Again, these boundaries are welcome for the Tornadoes. The Sunrisers love a wicket. He's heaved it through cow corner, through mid-wicket, excuse me, and they're going to push two. Throw comes into the keeper's end, and they're going to get two quite easily in the end. So the good running there from Akash and Musafar. Good batting between the two, and this partnership is paying dividends for the Tornadoes. The Tornadoes not out of this by a long shot, and you can see the camera shaking on your screen. That is because of the wind that is here. The wind is blowing, and it's blowing hard. So Adi coming back in. He's going to be bowling his 5th delivery of the over. Charges in. This time finds an edge again, and it's lifted over the top. Ran down to third man, and it's run down well. It's going to be 4 runs. Really well done there by Musafar. He's played well in this over. He's making it an expensive one. The Tornadoes move to 111 now here in the 17th over. And Adi coming back in. How does he respond? And this one was way too short on his legs, and that one's heaved over backwards square leg for a boundary, and it's going to be a 6. 6 signaled by the umpire, and a great over for the Tornadoes. Ends the 17th over, 117 for a loss of 7 wickets, and an amazing over for the Tornadoes and for the Sunrisers. They've got to find themselves here. So you look at the bowling chart, you see Mohit and Daman, they've both finished off their overs. Both took 2 wickets. Mohit giving up 15 runs, Daman giving up 16. Vivek has an over left, so if they want to turn to him, he took a wicket. He has giving up 28 runs. Karthiki, he's bowled 3 overs, giving up 22 runs with taking 1 wicket. Omar, he has 2 overs left, 17 runs, giving off the 2 that he has bowled. And Adda, you saw his first over, went for 19. So the options are running thin. Looks like Omar's going to come back into bowl. The partnership right now, a great partnership, 56 off of 30 deliveries. And again, the partnership that was big for the Tornadoes. They needed one of them to click, and they've got this wicket's partnership to click. Really amazing stuff from these two. Akash coming in to face Omar, and it's on his legs, and he's worked this one over backwards square leg. 2 full on his legs, and easy pickings for Akash. Sends that one over the street, over the parking lot, and luckily for the owners of cars, none were hit. And just not a great ball to start off from Omar, and that puts all the pressure back onto him. The wind is blowing from the left of the screen to the right of the screen, so maybe that affects the ball's flight pattern out of the hand of Omar. But you've got to be better than that at this stage of the innings. If you're going to bowl full and straight, you got to bowl full and straight. Nothing on the legs, and that was just too easy for Akash. 62-run partnership now. Omar coming back. How does he respond? Shorter. It's skied straight up into the air. Nikhil running. Oh, almost made a diving effort to get there. He called off the bowler, called off the square leg fielder. And it's going to be a single in the end. 2. It's going to be 2 runs. Just a little bit of confusion there. Nikhil almost made up the ground. He gave up a diving effort just over the hand, just out of reach for him. I think square leg probably could have settled underneath it, either deep square leg or even fine leg who's standing back there. Nikhil saying, no, it's mine. Almost got there, but a chance put down. You got to take every chance here if you're the Sunrisers. How big would it have been to take out Akash and bring in an entirely new batsman? Coming in Omar again, slows that one down outside the off stump. It's going to be signaled a wide by the umpire, and Omar's got to find a line here. You can see he's a little bit frustrated. He gave up a 6 off the first delivery. Almost got Akash on the next delivery. Tried to do something there, and just not able to hit a good line. Has to re-bowl that delivery. Omar coming back in to Akash. This one, again, a slower one. It's pushed too long on. Should be a catch for, oh, a diving effort. Not taken. He stopped it, and they end up getting 2 off of it. Another slower one from Omar, this time just outside the off stump. Would have been an amazing diving catch there from Mohit Matthew. Wasn't able to collect it, but made sure it didn't go away for 4. So another 2 runs for the Tornadoes, and the Tornadoes would love the 2s that they're getting in this over. The projected score now up to 146, and like I said, if they can get up to the 140s, they would feel that they've done an incredible job from where this innings was before. And comes Omar again. This one's time shorter. Akash moving well across his stumps, trying to push it down to third man. There is the third man fielder inside the circle, so he tried to lift it over him. Probably could have just ran that one down to third man instead. Not a great shot selection, but it's going to be a dot ball in the end. And they're bringing spray in for the batsman. He was hit up on the legs. Again, he moved well across his stumps, trying to work it to fine leg. And again, he moved, I think, almost to 6th, 7th, maybe 8th stump to play that one. Probably would have better luck just running it down to third man. He seems to be better. He seems to be okay. He's back up on his feet. He's ready to face the next delivery. So in comes Omar after bowling a dot ball. He's being sent back by Akash. And he's just pointing at something, saying someone's moving or something's going on. But anyways, Omar will be back into bowl. Again, just got his dot ball for the over. Let's see how Akash responds after maybe one of the poor shot selections I've had all day. He's had a great inning so far. This time it's full outside the off stump, and it's just chipped between mid-off and long-off. They're pushing 2. No. Wisely sent back by. Oh, but the overthrows are going to lead to 2. And you can see the Sunrisers frustrated with the fielding. The throw from the deep just going over the head, sailing over the head of Omar, allowing them to sneak away for a second. And Akash will be back on strike. Omar coming back into Akash. This one a slower one once again. It dipped very closely at the end. Well done there by Akash not to let it go between him for the stumps. And they're going to pick up 2 in the end. So another expensive over for the Sunrisers. The Tornadoes, got to love what they accomplished at that over. And the Tornadoes 132 for the loss of 7 after 18. And the Tornadoes bringing in some water for the batsmen. They ran hard in that last over. It's a hot day out here. They're getting some nice wind, though, getting some nice chill. And you can see the batting between these two has been the key between Muzaffar and Akash. Muzaffar 45 off of 30 and Akash 33 off of 21. And they're both running out of their minds. They're not trying to do anything too fancy. They're just keeping their wickets in hand, not playing many dumb shots, and they're just again, continuously running the first one hard and always giving themselves a chance at the second. So Vivek coming back into bowl, getting some words from Omar. Telling him, look, this is the field that we set. Bowl to it. Here's what you got to do. Bring these fielders into play. You know they're running 2. If for the fielders, you know they're going to run 2. You got to attack the ball, and you got to really make them run hard and hard and hard for that second one. You know they're trying to run it as much as they can. They're going to take advantage of any slow fielding. So you're going to have to be very, very aggressive with your field, take your starts, and get to the ball very quickly. 9.3 economy for Vivek. He did bowl in the power play, but again, that's pretty expensive. You can see it up on your screen. In 3 overs, 9.3, 3 economy, 28 runs, 3 extras, and a wicket. So, I think for Vivek now, it's going to be about bowling his last over full and straight and just letting them play straight. You saw Omar, he had the most success when he was bowling full and straight, when he slowed it down and bowled straight onto the stumps. And Vivek does have a slower ball, which we saw yesterday. So if he does utilize that, it will be very, very handy to him to utilize it, especially if the big swings do continue. Muzaffar is on strike into the 40s. See. And this one outside the off stump just played right back over the bowler, flat batted, and they're pushing too hard. The fielder from long off came all the way over there to collect that one. Daman Singh running all the way over. There is a mid-wicket fielder who is a little bit slower to get there. And back in is Vivek, second delivery of the over now. Again into Muzaffar. This one is played through mid-wicket. A square leg, and it's caught there on the boundary. And he just misses out on his 50. And that is a big, big wicket. A subdue celebration from the Sunrisers. They've given up a lot of runs to this partnership, but they've broken it. And Muzaffar has to walk back. He sought out the good balls. He just misses out on his 53 runs short of it. Karthikeya with a nice, simple catch out there. Made it look really easy. It was in the air for a while. Had to look into the sun. And just took it with the reverse cup out there on the boundary. So that is the end of Muzaffar. And there will be a new batsman in for the Tornadoes. Out for 47. He's going to be disappointed that he wasn't able to finish out the innings and be disappointed that he wasn't able to get to his 50. And Jalandhar is the new batsman. He's going to be on the non-strikers end. Akash has been batting well. And what Jalandhar has to do is continue to run the twos that Muzaffar was running with Akash. And that's going to be the big loss, I think, for the Tornadoes, is that just that chemistry that they built over their innings. And again, trying to just trickle it through fine leg. This time he connected with the bat. And will run away for 4. No, just going to run away for 2. So a high-risk shot leading to 2 runs. He was hit the last time he tried to play it. And this time a little bit closer to him, so didn't have to walk all the way outside, but still had to walk across the stumps quite a bit. Again, there's a fine leg inside the circle. So it was just finer of him, so maybe they push the fine leg even finer, play him a little bit straighter. They're going to keep him where he is, though. See if Akash continues to utilize that shot, or if he starts playing it more conventional cricketing shots. And Vivek just misses the run-up. You hear the cry, Shabashwin, so maybe the Mankating coming in. Again, it's going to be interesting to see the running between these two because of how good the chemistry was between Muzaffar and Akash. They knew each other's tendencies and they knew exactly what they wanted. And for the second time in 2 straight run-ups, Vivek has to be sent back. This time of the batsman, something blew in his face. I'm not sure if there were some bugs. Was it the wind blew some grass in his eye? I'm not sure, but Vivek will have to come back for a 3rd run-up for 1 delivery. All right, so hopefully we can get a ball bowled here. Vivek running in, and he's sent back once again. So here comes Vivek. Let's see if he can get it off this time, and yes, he does. It's going to be slower. It's popped straight up in the air, and it's dropped there at square leg. It seemed like the 2 fielders didn't know who was going to take it. They called at the end, and it's going to be a single and a missed chance to take Akash in the end. Akash survived in the same spot for the 2nd time. He had one in Omar's over that went skied. That time Nikhil went to take that one. This time the 2 fielders end up doing a miscommunication that leads to the non-take. So slow one utilized from Vivek. Let's see if he tries it to Jalandhar. If he goes quicker again to Jalandhar. And he's sent back once again. It's a little game that we have. Games within the games. He's going to have to continue to go back or forward. And he is balling his 8th ball of the over, continuously having to go back. Let's see if he gets it off this time. And yes, he does get it off. Goes straight back in the air. Daman taking it, settling underneath it at long off, and it's taken. And that's going to be the end of Jalandhar. Made it look very simple to Daman there. Outstanding catch. Judged it well, made up good ground, and takes another brilliant one. So that's the end of Jalandhar. He's off for a duck there, or not a duck, excuse me, but out. And that they have 1 wicket remaining due to the Tornadoes now. 137 for 9 are the Tornadoes. An over and a ball left. And they would love to end it right here with Vivek. He's had to run up 8 times in the over, but he has taken a wicket, so he's think it's all going to be okay for him. And Zen is the new batsman. He's going to be on the non-striker's end. Akash at the striker's end. And the ball is being bowled. It's played through covers, and they do pick up a single. So it looks like Akash will retain strike for the 20th over. So at the end of 19, the Tornadoes are 138 for the loss of 9. And Akash would want to play all 6 deliveries of this over. Omar is going to bowl the last over. He almost took Akash's wicket at that same square leg region where you saw last over where there was a drop catch. Let's see what he has in store. This time slower one again. This one heaved over mid-wicket, and that's going to be a big 6. Over the road that time, and not a great death ball delivery. It's fine for a maybe middle overs delivery, but in the death you want to keep it full, you want to keep it straight, you want to dare him to hit with the straight bat, hit in the V, especially because it was slower. It was just too easy, especially on the surface. It's going to give you a little bit of extra bounce anyways. It was slow, it popped up, and it was just right there for batsman. Akash is really feeling it now. He's starting to get in the groove, moves into the 40s after that 6, and just 25 deliveries, so very impressive strike rate. Again, it's just too easy for him, so if you're Omar, you got to get it. You can bowl the slower ones, you got to bowl a fuller, and you got to dare him to play into that V. Again, that's how Omar has to respond here. Can he respond it? Will Akash send him for another one? This time quicker, and is played right back to Omar for a dot ball. Again, not the worst thing in the world for the Tornadoes. You don't want to play many dot balls, but as long as it's not a wicket and Akash is on strike, I think you would have to feel confident that if he can play all 6 of these balls, you're going to get at least 2 boundaries in the over. So Omar again into Akash. This time played over extra cover. 2 covers. The fielder there, they're pushing 2. Throw comes into the keeper's end and is sailing over the keeper's head, and they're able to get 2 quite easily in the end. A single would have been huge for the Sunrisers, but it's going to be 2, and Akash comes back on the strike. Great running by Zen, good intensive running, knowing that he doesn't need to face a single delivery. Akash is the guy who's hot. He's, again, in the 40s right now. He's playing really, really well, and you can see just the emotions brewing and boiling over for the Sunrisers right now. They just seem a little bit frustrated. Omar, shorter run up this time, full and straight, played through mid-wicket. That's going to be 4. And that's what I was talking about, at least 2 boundaries in the over if Akash plays all 6. And that's the second one. 150 up for the Tornadoes. 150 for 9, and they've done well to get to this point. Didn't seem like they could get to 130 at one point. They're at 150, and the Sunrisers have let go of this game, and the Tornadoes have taken it into their control. Akash has led the way. Him and Muzaffar's partnership was the big one. This delivery is going to be played, and it's through square leg, and that's going to be a 4 for Akash, and that's his 50. 53 off just 29 deliveries for Akash. A true knock for him. Really, really great stuff by him, and still a delivery left in the over. Akash, you see it, 53 runs, 29 balls, 5 4s, 2 6s, only playing 9 dots, a strike rate of 182. Really, really excellent stuff. And here we go, Omar into Akash once again. Outside the off stump, played through cover. There is a deep cover fielder. He's working his way through there. They're pushing 2, and they're just going to stick with the 2. So Akash will play. And that is the final delivery of the innings, and the Tornadoes 156 at the end of 20. They've done really well to get here, and the Sunrisers had to feel like they let themselves down, and the Tornadoes got to feel great about their chances to go out here and get a win. Again, the Sunrisers need 157 after 20 overs to get a win, and you look at the batting for the Tornadoes. It really was not a great start that they had. They didn't have much going for them. Their openers out cheaply. 1 down batsman out cheaply. Not able to build a partnership, and then in came Muzaffar and Akash. They finished it off. Again, 47 for Muzaffar, 55 for Akash, and that partnership right there, that's what allowed the Tornadoes to get to a score of 156 and put up a huge total on the Sunrisers. For the Sunrisers, there was just a couple of mistakes in the field that they made. With the ball, the most expensive bowler was Aditya, who bowled 1 over for 19 runs. Omar, 4 overs, 50 runs, no wickets. Daman and Mohit, they bowled well, 4 overs, 15 runs for Mohit with 2 wickets, and Daman 2 wickets, 16 runs and 4 overs. So now the Sunrisers had to chase a huge total of 157. They're going to feel like they let themselves down and don't go anywhere for the second innings, because it will be shortly for the second innings. Again, 157 is the total that needs to be chased for the Sunrisers in 20 overs. Second innings will be brought to you in just a little bit. All right, so we're ready to kick off the second innings here. Tornadoes and the Sunrisers. The Tornadoes salvaged a bad situation and turned into a great one, scoring 156 in the first innings, and now the Sunrisers need to score 157 in the next 20 overs. The opening batsman for the Sunrisers that are going to want to get off to a good start are Kaushal Patel, and he is on strike, and Mohit Matthew, who's on the non-striker's end. And Arvind is bowling, opening the bowling for the Tornadoes. Seems to be one who likes to use the drift of the ball, likes to drift it in there, let it move around, and make the batsman kind of make a mistake and try to get them an edge. You can see long off has been brought back. It was a mid off before, long off. He's a pretty straight long off. There's a cow corner, a mid on as well, and there's no one deep in the cover. So expect Arvind to continue to jam up the batsman. And again, that's what we're talking about, jamming up the batsman. This one, he looked to work it through square leg. It's going to be a dot ball. So two dot balls to start off. But again, like we were saying, they are trying to jam him, make him play in that V, and make him score in that area. As this one again, he's looked this one over mid-wicket. It's towards cow corner. Oh! Would have had to have been an outstanding one-handed grab to make that one. That's going to be a big 6. So that's one way. You see Kaushal, he's showing the intent there. Aditya Gupta in the deep would have to make, again, an outstanding one-handed jumping catch and would have to probably throw it back in anyways. Probably couldn't have catch it because of the way he was falling. There is a ridge back there, so a little bit dangerous. But nonetheless, next delivery, again drifting, jamming him again. This one towards the off stump, and that's a better line for Arvind. It's going to be a dot ball there, and I think that's around the area where you want it, right towards that middle and off stump, and let them kind of try to play in that V area. Don't give them much width, and don't give them anything on the leg side. Make them earn everything that they try to play to that leg side. Arvind comes in for the next delivery now, again on his legs, work through mid-wicket for a quick single. So a change in the field for Mohit Matthew, who's on strike, the left-hander, the lefty-righty combo. And you can see there's a short cover in play, long off, a mid-on, a cow corner, as well as a third man inside the circle and a square leg and mid-wicket fielder all inside the circle. So let's see what Arvind bowls into him. Just by the outside edge of Mohit Matthew. Mohit just looking to plat his bat there, defend it down, and just flies past that outside edge. So a good first over for the Tornadoes. The Sunrisers do pick up 7 runs off of it, and they didn't lose a wicket. So that's got to be a good sign. They're showing some positive intent. Again, 7 without loss after 1 are the Sunrisers, needing 150 more off the next 19 overs. And it looks like the new bowler is going to be Piyush to continue to open. Nice left arm bowler. Let's see what line and length they choose to bowl him at. Again, not much swing on offer. So if they try to hit the deck hard like they did yesterday and continue to bowl that good length area and make them play off the back foot, there is a deep mid wicket, so expect that good length delivery to be the stock ball today for Piyush. Piyush. There is no one deep on the offside. So again, he's probably going to continue to hit that good length delivery right on middle and leg stump and just jam him up and try to force Kaushal to make some room for himself and play it towards the offside. And this one right on the off stump. So he goes full on the off stump, a little bit of a bluff in the field setting. There's a third man. He's very straight as well. Actually, he's a slip fielder. Excuse me, the captain. So Piyush coming in for his second delivery. And the lefty to the righty. And that's good, hitting the good length. It's going to be pitching outside the leg stump. And probably was high even if. Umpire wisely says no. And quickly says no to the appeal from the Tornadoes. Going to be another dot ball there. But again, that's the kind of stock ball that you're going to see Piyush bowl. He's going to bowl that good length right onto the body of Kaushal. And he has the mid-wicket protection, so he's going to, again, hit the good length and use the pitch's extra bounce to his advantage. So Piyush coming in for his third delivery. And expect that good length stock ball. This one a little bit fuller in length towards middle and off stump, and it's just worked to short cover. Another dot ball. So Piyush is sticking to the plan. He's bowling well. He's bowled a couple fuller ones just to keep Kaushal guessing. As this one again is full. This one, I think, a little bit too much outside the off stump for the captain's liking as the field pertains. It was full and wide. Had Kaushal put in a big slash at it, would have been able to get through that cover region, a vacant deep cover region. There is a deep third man though, so there is protection for that slash if the ball does if Kaushal does not middle it and does find an edge. There's a deep third man in play. Piyush coming in again, this time hitting the pads, finds the outside edge again. No deep cover fielder, so it is going to be 4. It's going to be a boundary, and that time again just a little bit too full from Piyush, and he needs to just bring the length back a little bit with your field. You want to jam him, make him play off the back foot, make him lift it over the top. This time just too easy for Kaushal, and another boundary for Kaushal, his second of the day, and the Sunrisers would hope that he continues to hit these and continue to hit it throughout the 20 overs and able to succeed in this run chase. So again, Piyush needs to go back to that stock delivery. Just pull the length back a little bit, bring the line into him a little bit more to see how he responds after being hit for a boundary. Goes a little bit fuller. Actually pulled the length back a little bit more towards that off stump once again. Left alone by Kaushal, and that ends the second over, 11 without loss. So not as many runs coming off that over, but going just a little under 6 and over right now are the Sunrisers. Again, this is a good start. They just need to make use of this power play, get themselves going to a good start, keep wickets in hand, and then they can advance themselves into a striker that allows them to get to 150 plus. And Arvind is coming back into bowl, and Mohit played one delivery of him, just went by the outside edge. So let's see what the plan is to bowl into Mohit. And again, bowls right towards that off stump, looking to work it through mid-wicket, gets too long on, and a poor throw in from Sai at mid-on, and they are able to pick up a quick second. Almost like the Rashid Khan from today's IPL match, he misfiring, picking up the ball and trying to throw it back to the keeper end, missed everything. Luckily for the Tornadoes, this one did not run away for 4. So Arvind coming back in, bowling again to Mohit. And again, the same line, finds the under edge, almost bringing it back on the stumps. Works it to fine leg and ends up just being a single. Mohit just struggling a little bit, hasn't seemed to find a way to, hasn't been able to read Arvind. They only played 3 deliveries of him, so you don't expect it early on to be able to do so. Again, getting some survival here, but Arvind now bowling into the right-hander, Kaushal. Arvind straight one down the leg side one time, and Goshal made him pay, sending it over cow corner. There is no cow corner fielder. They put the deep fielders on the offside. There is a long off and a deep cover. So expect it to be a little bit wider of Goshal this time. Oh, and how did that one miss the stumps? Just, you could see all three stumps in the camera. Looking straight on, Goshal looking to play a big shot through the offside, and it just misses everything. Goes away for buys, and they end up in a single. The Sunrisers will be glad to take a single off that one. Goshal almost had to walk back to the dugout. Great delivery from Arvind. He's bowling really, really well. It's making it tough for any batsman. As he comes in to Mohit, the Mohit found an outside edge. Oh, and just, I'm not sure if it came off the hands of slip or came just short of slip, and I believe it did come off the hands of the slip fielder. Had a dive to his right. Would have been an unbelievable catch had he made it, but Arvind creating many wicket opportunities. Got an under edge in this over. Got one to go through the batsman, and got this one to go to slip. He's bowling. The bowling that he's bowled, he deserves a wicket. You just got to continue to hit it, and a wicket will fall. Excellent stuff here from Marvin. Let's see if he can keep it up, or if Goshal will make him pay for a bad one. This one lofted up a little bit too much. Pretty full, but it's going to end up being a dot ball. The keeper not able to react to that one. Went through the pads of him. I believe the keeper is Stephen, the one-down batsman. Adda, is the keeper. As this one comes in, and it's cut through, and it's caught by the man at point. The Sunrisers point fielder had been very active all day long, and this time the Tornadoes point fielder strikes. Goshal trying to cut this one. The length was pulled back just a little bit more. Goshal got on the back foot, tried to slash it through that point region, and a sharp catch taking a point, went straight to the man there. And the Sunrisers lose their first wicket here in the third over, 16 runs on the board. That is the end of the third over. The Sunrisers 16 for 1. Jalandhar with the catch there. Again, a sharp catch. It came quick to him. Didn't have to move. Made no mistake. And the Sunrisers are one down here in this third over. 16 with the loss of one wicket. So the new batsman is Vivek Umbale. And he will be on the non-striker's end for Piyush's second over. Mohan Matthew will be on strike. He's a very dangerous batsman. He wasn't able to get much flow in from Arvind. We'll see how he feels against his lefty counterpart, Piyush. Again, there's no one deep on that offside, so expect the ball to be jamming into Mohit. I think they're going to want him to continue to try to push it through the leg side. Oh, no, now they have sent a man to deep cover. So we'll see what he bowls here, if he's going to bowl full or if he's going to try to hit the deck here and get some extra bounce. There is a slip fielder in play, and he tried to hit the Yorker. It ends up going for a wide, and the Sunrisers will take the free runs for the Tornadoes. Again, not much swing on offer for any side today, as there was little cloud cover, sun shining all day long. So I think the plan seems to be bowling a little bit fuller. But if you're gonna bowl full, you're gonna want to bowl right outside that off stump and damn near hitting that V region. And he does, and that one, there was some shape in that ball. And it's going to end up being another dot ball. Had Mohan Matthew connected on that one, that would have been over point and probably runs away for a boundary. But again, for Piyush, I think you still want that line to be back in towards the off stump. I would say just right outside in that channel. That's where you want it. You're bringing slip into play. You're bringing point into play with that edge, and you also bring your fielders into play. Oh, he tried to play across the line that time, and with bowling this full, I would expect you to see maybe a long off be brought into play. And he's bowling full on the offside. I would assume that you try to send one back. That Mohit hasn't cleared you yet, but you know he's a batsman capable of doing so. They are moving the deep fielder on the leg side around. They've brought in a deep backwards square leg. So they do have a cow corner and a deep backwards square leg. So it's very interesting. With the line that he's bowling, I'm not sure he's bowling quite to his field. Again, he's well outside the off stump. But Mohit taking off stump guard, looking to heave it down that side, and it ends up being a wide. So free runs, and now that makes a lot more sense because Mohit is taking that off stump guard. He's telling you, look, I'm going to take it to the leg side, and you can see he tried to take that one again to the leg side, and that's why the protection was brought over there. So just good job understanding where the batsman is and what he's trying to do from the Tornadoes. For Mohit, he's just got to play the ball where it is, and he heaves this one over, covers, and he finally connected that one. That one actually going over point, and like we said, had he connected the last one over point, it would have gone for a boundary. This one did run away, 4-6. That came off the middle of the bat. Really well struck there from Mohit, and it's going to be another 6 for the Sunrisers. And they're keeping the scoreboard ticking. I think for the Sunrisers, you want to get those single doubles going. You want to flow the single doubles, don't want to deal in just boundaries and dot balls. The single doubles can help you here in T20. And this one jams him a little bit more, and they attack that long off fielder for a quick single. The throw came in, no backup, and they're going to push for 2. And putting some pressure on that fielder, the fielder felt he might have a run-out opportunity. There was no backup for him, and Mohit ends up picking up 2 on that one. So a really, really good job there, just continuing to run. Like I said, you don't want to deal in boundaries and dot balls. The single doubles and the boundaries will come to you. And to put the pressure back on the fielding side, Piyush coming in again to Mohit. Mohit well outside the off stump, takes the bottom edge straight to cover. Throw comes in hard, and no backup again. And it ends up in another 2. They're trying to be really aggressive, other Tornadoes, and attacking the field, attacking the stumps, but there are no backup at the stumps behind the bowling end. And it's just allowing the Sunrise to continue to take those 2. So after you give up 6, now you're going to have 2 2s afterwards. 12 runs in the over so far. And there were 2 wides plus the 2 sets of doubles they ran and the boundary that was hit, the 6 that was hit. So 12 runs off of this over with still 1 ball left. And Piyush comes in again outside the off stump as Mohit, and a big appeal. Not given by the umpire, just the appeal from the bowler. No one else really appealed. And that's the end of the 4th over from the Sunrisers. 28 for the loss of 1 wicket. And they've got to be happy with the way Mohit Matthews finding his form. And we'll see how the Tornadoes adjust to Mohit Matthews finding his form. Look at the score trend going on. You see the chart, the worm graph, and the Sunrisers right now are just a little bit ahead of where the Tornadoes were in this part of their innings. You look at it, and it's pretty even. And I think for the Sunrisers, you see the Tornadoes kind of leveled off around the 4th over when they were losing. They lost 3 straight wickets, and that's what you want to do. You don't want to have that happen. You just want to continue to grow, continue to build your innings, and pace yourselves because you have the batting to chase this run total down. You just can't lose wickets in bunches as there is a little bit of a water break going through. Again, you just want to continue to keep up with the score chart. Don't want to lose quick wickets. And again, you don't need to hit their run margin every over. Just always continue to build out your partnerships little by little and don't lose your wickets early. Again, that's what really slowed up the run rate for the Tornadoes and didn't allow them to go for a bigger score. So again, continue to build it up, don't lose wickets, and run your single double. So you look at the match summary in the first innings for the Tornadoes, the partnership between Akash and Muzaffar, the big partnership, Akash scoring 55, Muzaffar missing out on his 50, scoring 47. Vivek ended up taking 3 wickets, and Mohit and Daman also took 2 wickets each. For the Sunrisers so far, Mohit has scored 14 runs, Kaushal scored 11, but he's sitting in the dugout right now, and Arvind took the big wicket of Kaushal to start us off. So Mohit, Matthew, and Vivek Umbale, they have to be the ones to lead the Sunrisers out of this power play and continue to keep the scoreboard ticking. And 2 overs left in the power play. Arvind is going to come back into bowl. He's going to be bowling to Vivek. Vivek will be facing his first delivery. Mohit, Matthew on the non-striker's end, and it seems like they're choking down the field for Vivek. There's no fielders in the deep. They're going to dare him to play over the top. They're packing off that offside too, bringing another man over there as you see the fielder moving from your right to your left. He's standing at short cover. So they're packing that offside, so you're going to expect Arvind to bowl to that offside, just on that off stump. Expect him to bowl a little bit shorter, maybe in that good length region, because he doesn't want that big slash. Here you go, Arvind comes in, and it was a good length, but it was on the middle stump. It's up in the air. Would take some catching, isn't able to get there is Payush, but they do take a single do the Sunrisers, so Mohit Matthew will be back on strike. And it was a 2 runs there, but Vivek sent Mohit back, or Mohit just didn't want to run in the end, but it is just going to be a single for the Sunrisers, not a wicket. Again, I think Arvind just strayed off of his line that he was wanting. He wanted to keep it more toward that off stump. Had Vivek been able to connect on that, there was really no one out there to stop it. He wasn't able to really connect. It was more of a top edge, but Yush would have had to make some great ground or had to do some great catching to get that one. So we'll see how Mohit now attacks Arvind. He hasn't been able to play him quite yet, but he started to gain some rhythm in the last over. Can he continue it and leak it into this over? Arvind, just puts his bat out, stabs at it, and a throw that hits the edge of the pitch ends up in a single. And the running from the Sunrisers, they were like this yesterday. They put pressure on the fielders. They're running with great intent, and that's what they're doing here. Mohit Matthew seemed to be just a half-hearted stab at it, not really what you want to do, but they end up taking a single. Doesn't hurt them. But again, you don't want to throw those little stabs out there because you give yourselves just a lazy shot. Feet aren't moving, and that's where edges go to slips and the keeper as well. Arvind now, again, he wants to go back towards that off stump, and he does go back towards that off stump, and they work it through covers, but it's just going to be a dot ball. They've now brought in a deep mid-wicket for Vivek, so if Arvind does stray a little bit more towards that middle and leg stump, and Arvind wants that slot, and Vivek wants that slog sweep rather, there is a fielder in the deep forward if he doesn't connect. So now Arvind coming back in, again bowling to Vivek, and that one straight to the leg side, but it doesn't matter, the fielder would have to be in the house to catch that one. That's a big 6 from Vivek, and Vivek is starting to feel it as well. Again, he's trying to entice that shot, but that one's straying way too much down the leg side, and Vivek connected on that one quite nicely, and that's just too easy for the Sunrisers. The Sunrisers move to 36 in this 5th over. So now how does Arvind come back now? He's got to push it back towards the off stump. I think he was trying to bait Vivek, and he does push towards the off stump. Work through covers, well stopped by the man at cover. Mohit sends Vivek back. Vivek wanted to go out there and run it. So 1 ball left in the over. Again, Arvind, I think in the ball he was hit for 6, was trying to bait Vivek to go play that shot, but it just strayed way too much down the leg side, and it ended up being in the slot for Vivek. And Vivek made great use of it. Now that mid-wicket fielder's much more around for it. And this one outside the off stump, well outside the off stump, straight back through the keeper, and ends up just going to be a single there. The keeper just having a little bit of struggles right now. And the Sunrisers end the 5th over 37 for the loss of 1 wicket. Now who do the Tornadoes turn to? Again, the Sunrisers are 37 with 1 wicket down with 1 over left in the power play. And a new bowler being introduced by the Tornadoes is Muzaffar, the man with the big innings in the first innings, scoring 47. So for him, they do have a third man, as well as a deep extra cover. And then inside the circle, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket. Backward square leg as he's running in for his first delivery. Oh, nope, sent back. So some more gains. Vivek was sent back. He had to run up 8 times to bowl 6 balls, so he's sending the bowlers back. He's repaying the favor. Games within the games. Like I said, there's a third man as well as a point and a cover fielder. Again, deep extra cover also out there. So here you go. Muzaffar running in to Vivek. As the sun comes out, this one hits the length, hits the deck, and just worked 2 short cover for a quick single. So seemed to be a pace off ball. Didn't seem to put that much into it. Seemed to just be going through the motions on that delivery. And now the captain having a word with his bowler, asking him, say, if you're going to bowl that length, I don't need that fielder. I can move point back if you would like. I can move third man deep. And they're taking out the cover fielder. Third man is moving even finer. He's moved finer. And they have brought in a deep backward square leg, and there is a square leg as well as I believe what is going to be. So they have packed the is going to be Mohit Matthew on strike, so that's why they're changing for the left-hander, and they're continuing that same field. No deep extra cover though. There is a cow corner. Again, hits the deck. It's hit up in the air. Did he connect all of it? And he did. It's going to be a 6. And Mohit hits it for 6, and I'm not sure if Sai could have taken that catch. It looked like he was running around there and didn't seem to go too deep into the woods. I think had he judged it maybe a little bit better, he would have been able to stick his hands out and might have hit his hands. I'm not saying that he would have taken it by any means. It was a tough catch, but I think he just had, if he had judged it maybe a little bit better a little earlier, maybe that catch was taken. But not a great ball from Muzaffar. You got to bowl a little bit fuller in length. Don't need to bowl full. Just hit a good length. The ball will do the rest for you. And that one's a better delivery. Bowling to your field. And that's well played by Mohit Matthew. That's just smart batting. Just working it between third man and backward point for a quick single. So now the right-hander on strike. And they've got to do a lot of running now, do the Tornadoes, especially that deep point fielder. They've moved deep extra cover, and he's going to stay deep extra cover. It looks like they're sending someone else to deep point. So again, it seems like the plan for Muzaffar is to just hit the deck and let it ride. There you go, in for the next delivery. And as fuller in length hits the pads of Vivek, ends up being a dot ball. Luckily for Mustafa, that did not clip any part of the bat. Had it clipped any part of the bat, it probably runs away for a boundary. Just straying down the leg side, and you can see Vicky, the captain, just coming to have a word with his bowler, saying, "Look, this is the plan. If you're not, look, if you are going to bowl this, we don't need that guy. We can move him over. You know, you tell me what you want." Saying, "Okay, here is what it is," and there you go. They have moved that deep extra cover fielder. He's coming inside the circle. Again, it seems like the plan is to hit the deck, so they don't need that guy if he's going to continue to bowl back of a length. Here we go, Mustafa coming in to Vivek. He's got to know that the offside is open if he can get it in front. And looking to play it in that region and almost creating an edge was Muzaffar. You can see trying to play an inside-out shot. He could have played straight through to as well. There is no long on, long off. But a dot ball there from Muzaffar. Now let's see what Muzaffar has in store for Vivek. How does Vivek respond after playing back-to-back dot balls? This is the last over of the power play. This is the last ball of the power play. How does he react to it? Muzaffar comes in, hits the deck hard, and it's just pushed down to point for another dot ball. So the Sunrisers end the power play 45 for the loss of 1 wicket with Mohit Matthew and Vivek Umbale in the middle of the crease. And we'll see who the new bowler is for the Tornadoes. And it looks like Sai Krishna's going to be the new bowler. Mohit Matthew is on strike. And now that the power play is up, you see a deep cover, a long off, as well as a deep mid-wicket and a deep backward square leg. So they've opened up the field, singles on offer. They're also going to keep a long off, or long on, excuse me. And long on is relatively straighter. Never mind, it was just the line he was walking to his position. And it seems like they're sending a deep third man. Is that not one too many outside? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fielders outside. They're going to need to bring one guy in, I do believe. Unless that guy's not on the boundary. And third man is in the circle. Looks like he's on the boundary. 1, 2, 3. I believe there are too many fielders outside of the... Oh, never mind. There's a fourth fielder inside. They brought deep square leg in. And that one, Sai Krishna's bowled quick straight into Mohit Matthew. Mohit Matthew again taking that off-stump guard. Sai, you can see what he's looking for the dot ball. He's looking to create pressure. And he's a guy who loves to take wickets. Every bowler loves to take wickets, but he's a wicket-taking bowler. And that's why he's here. He's going to go and try to take the wickets. He's able to stick to a plan. He runs it well, and then he's going to take the wickets off of that plan. He's very consistent in what he wants to do. And now he's got to tie his shoe. So as he's tying his shoe for the Sunrisers, they need 112 runs in the next 13.5 overs, next 83 deliveries. So it's definitely still very doable. They need a run rate. They required of a run rate of 8.10. So again, it's still very doable. Anything under 10 in T20, you would have to even imagine that it's still in the batting side's favor. Sai Krishna comes in for the next delivery, and that one's going to end up going down to the wide line. And again, you can see he's looking to bowl in that fuller length area and let the ball come into Mohit Matthew. But because of where Mohit's standing, just because his line is starting on off stump, it's straying down. You got to start it outside the off stump, maybe 5th, 6th stump, and let the ball come in from there if you're trying to get it right into him and jam him like that. And that's the ball. He splashed at it, and that's going to run away for 4. That one just a little bit too wide, and that's the delicate balance you got to find if you're side. And maybe you think about coming over the wicket instead of coming around the wicket, or you bring that cover fielder into extra cover. Morrisville Matthew is finding his form, and the Sunrisers move into the 50s now here in the 7th over. The sun is coming out of the clouds, and the Sunrisers seem to be coming out of the clouds. Sai Krishna coming in for this delivery, and that one is much better ball, but it's going to be worked through covers, and they're able to pick up a single. And again, for the Sunrisers, all they need is 8 runs and over, so they've got 6 off of it so far. And now the right-handed Vivek is on strike. Sai Krishna coming into the right-handed Vivek, and he's just worked it through mid-wicket. Smart batting from these two. They got their 1 boundary of the over, and now they're just running the signal. 7 runs off the over now. So Sai into the left-handed Mohit. Let's see how he attacks it. And that one he's attacking the legs again, but it's going to straight down to wide, and that's 8 runs off the over. And again, he's trying to hit that Yorker into the legs, and I think maybe now you think about pulling the length back, or you think about coming over the stumps and pushing it away from him like that, trying to square him up in that type of aspect. Sai continuing around. Let's see how he adjusts, and he again goes full, and that time almost got Morrisville Matthew. Finds the inside edge of him. It's going to be a dot ball to back up the wide delivery. Again, 8 runs already off the over. 8.1 is the required run rate. So again, for the Sunrise, it's just a matter of hitting 1 boundary and over, and then you can play a couple dot balls and you play a couple 1s and 2s everywhere else, and you'll be on your way to getting your 157 runs. They're a third the way through. Sai comes in to bowl this one. Oh, just chipped up to mid-wicket or to square leg, and it's going to be a single. And it seemed like the square leg fielder was, I'm not sure what's going on. There's a little bit of discussion happening. And that is the end of the over. There's just, okay, but that is the end of the over. There's a little bit of confusion. The commentator confused, but that ends the 7th over, and the Sunrisers are 54 for loss of 1 wicket, and they are well on their way. They have their run rate going strong, and they're continuing to hit it. So Muzaffar back into bowl. His first over went for 8 runs, so exactly what the Sunrisers need. For the Tornadoes now, it's all about dot balls. Can you string together dot balls? The wicket will follow you. Don't chase the wicket, chase the dot balls. The wickets will follow you. 103 needed in the next 78 deliveries. Run rate has now gone under 8. So let's see how the right-handed Vivek can continue, Morrisville Matthew is on strike to start this over. He's finding great touch. So see how he does here. There is a deep cover and a long off, as well as a cow corner. As this one is again hits the deck, it's wide outside the off stump, and it's going to be signaled to wide by the umpire, and the Tornadoes Getting a little bit undisciplined here. These extras will kill you. The Sunrisers will take any extras they can get, any freebies that they can get. And you can see the plan for Morrisville is to hit the deck and let it ride, but you got to find a balance between hitting the deck and pushing it out wide and not bowling a wide ball. And I don't even believe that was a good delivery there, even if it was a dot ball, not a wide. And this one slashed through, and that is another 4. Mohit is expecting it. Morrisville not having enough pace on it. Mohit just staying on the back foot, waiting for it, and he's finding the middle bat every time. That's 5 runs off the first delivery of the over, and Mohit Matthew is heating up here. Adding another fielder deep in the covers. And there's a deep point and a deep cover now. So again, hitting the deck and riding it on. How does Mohit Matthew respond? How does Morrisville respond after that? Well, this one just pushed straight to the man at cover. Well done by the captain, Vicky. Again, you only need 8 runs and over right now. Again, Morrisville, I just don't think the pace is there for him today, where he can bowl the length that he's bowling and get success off of it. I think he's got to bowl a little bit fuller and look him to play into the V areas, looking to make his own kind of pace. And there it is. It's slashed. It's not connected. Can Adda stop it? He does stop it. And it was going to be a single. So Vivek will be on strike. That's what I'm talking about. Just put the length up a little bit because of the pace that you have. Anything short, it's just easy for Mohit to wait for it and slap it through the covers. Now as you bowl full, you're making him generate his own pace, wait for it, and again, his bat swing is going to be his own pace. For the Sunrisers, they're getting off to a great start here. Again, this is the 8th over. They've got 60 runs on the board. They've got 6 runs in this over so far. So they're going to love the start that they're off to. And they're, again, just 2 more runs needed off the next 3 deliveries in the over. Let's see what Vivek does here to Muzaffar. And Muzaffar changing the field, moving mid-wicket and putting him into short cover. So now that whole mid-wicket region is available for a quick single. I think you've got to recognize this, especially if he goes short again. You've got to make sure you utilize it. This one full outside the off stump. It's been edged and is going to end up a boundary to third man. And it's going to be 4. Vivek, a big slash there, finding a thick outside edge. And again, a short third man boundary, and that's another 4 for the Sunrisers in this over. This has been a 10-run over for the Sunrisers, and there's still 2 deliveries left from it. Again, it was a much better delivery, found the outside edge, but in this situation where the third man is short, third man not able to get around in time, and it ends up being 4 runs. They move the third man more around now, so if he continues to bowl there, Vivek has to be wary of it, but now you can run it down with much ease to third man for a quick single, and he tries to play it straight back, ends up getting the inside edge to his pad, and it's going to be a dot ball. Still 1 ball left in the over. Again, the Sunrisers, they have the runs for the over, just can't lose a wicket, don't need to do anything dumb here. Just needs to just play the ball to the merit. You've got your runs for the over. You're well on your way in this run chase. If Mohit Matthew and Vivek Umbale, they continue to bat like this, it looks like the Sunrisers are going to make this run chase look very, very easy. And they're both starting to find some touch here. The sun has come out and the Sunrisers are rising. So again, no mid wicket. So if you're Muzaffar, you got to make sure this one is outside the off stump in full. Don't give him anything on that leg side. And another ball has been hit into the field of play from Fuquay lower into Fuquay upper. So that ball has just been sent back. The Sunrisers would love it if they could send one to Fuquay lower to return the favor. As Muzaffar charges in, and right outside the off stump finds the outside edge, and it's just run down to third man for a quick single. So an 11-run over. The Sunrisers 65 for 1 after 8 overs up. They're doing a really great job of just hitting that run rate consistently. 92 needed off the next 72 deliveries. Aditya Gupta is the man into bowl. He had a disappointing first innings today, not able to capitalize on his opportunity, but he's had 2 good innings with the ball as well, so let's see if he can continue his innings with the ball. He took 8 wickets total yesterday. He would love to have 8 today, but let's see what he can do here. Bowling into Vivek, and nicely bowled right in the channel. That ball slip is in play with that delivery. You can see the field is spread out. You have a cow corner, a deep mid wicket, as well as a deep cover fielder. So Adi has good protection everywhere. This one on the leg side, and an appeal from short cover. No appeal from Adi though. As one looked like it was maybe a hit going down the leg side. Yeah, I think Adi got away with that one that time. He does get a lot of spin, but that one just straying a little bit too much down the leg side. Second Adi, third delivery now. And he's sent deep backward square leg. And mid-wicket is now moving more around, and backward square leg is also moved around to a regular square leg. And Adi comes in, lofts it up, and should... It looked like he had come down, but did not come down, and ends up not being a stumping, but well bowled by Adi. Taking a little bit of flight out of that one, enticing him to come down. Trying to play a slog sweep was Vivek. So again, Adi, he's done well. He's just hitting those right line and lengths, and it's been hard to hit for anybody so far in this tournament. And again, he would love to have a wicket here. For the Sunrisers, you need to realize you don't dot balls. You just can't have them, right? You are well ahead of this run rate now. It's just under 8, the required run rate. You continue to hit that, you'll be fine. Don't need to force anything special. They're bringing in a slip fielder. There is no short mid wicket if it goes straight down the leg side, and it's worked through actually square leg, and they do sneak a single off. So now, how does Adi handle bowling into the lefty Mohit Matthew? We haven't seen a googly out of him. We didn't see it in the innings yesterday. He didn't bowl. I think he might have bowled 1 googly, if I do recall. But let's see if he can bowl some googlies here and tries to square up Mohit Matthew coming over the stump, so he comes around and tries to come into him. Tries to get one where it looks like it's going to come in and goes out. And for Mohit, again, it's just about rotating strike. You're in good touch. Just don't throw away your wicket. You can have an over where you don't score 8 runs. You could score, 4 runs, and you'll be fine. You can get yourself back. And now a discussion happening between the umpires. They're talking about something. Maybe looking at a scorecard or such, but they are having a word. And now Adi has joined the huddle. And the confusion has been sorted out. Adi coming around the stumps, and it's been worked to short mid-wicket, and it's going to be a dot ball there. Bringing in a mid-wicket for Mohit Matthew. As you know, the spin is coming back into him. And in comes Adi once again. This one a little bit quicker, a little bit shorter, and just to the right of that mid-wicket fielder. And they're going to pick up a run there. Adi, again, went a little bit quicker, pulled the length back just a little bit, try to bring that mid-wicket fielder into play. Really smart bowling, really good bowling from Adi there. A good over for him. And the Sunrisers, after 9 overs, are 67 for 1. Again, chasing a total of 157, need 110 more runs don't need 110 more runs. I'm not sure where my math has gone. They need 90 runs from 66 deliveries. Harun has come into bowl now, bowling into Mohit. So see what he can do, what his plan is. Again, this field has not changed. And it's just been worked through mid-wicket. 3 guys running towards it, and ends up being a single nonetheless. So good running from the Sunrisers there. Good running between Mohit and Vivek. Mohit is in the 30s, as Vivek is on 16. So now the righty on strike. The field is going to be moving around a little bit. See Harun, he wants to throw it in flat and skid it through. Vivek, he was trying a couple of slog sweeps against Adda. Does he try a couple here against Harun? I think Harun, you have to expect him to do so. I think you need to pull the length back for him and do one, maybe loop it up a little bit more and try to bait him into it. And they have loaded that leg side. They have a square leg, a deep mid-wicket, and a cow corner. And this one on the leg side, and it doesn't matter where that fielder is because that's 6. That one well down the leg side. Too easy for Vivek. He's had a couple of those today, and he's put all of those away. And that's 7 runs off this over so far, and a great way to start this over after a over where he didn't hit the run rate against Adda. Now you're hitting it here against Harun. Again, the run rate is now above 8, just slightly. Still very, very manageable, and you can see Vicky having a word. Actually, both guys are off screen right now. They're having a word about where the line needs to be. You want to entice it, but bring it towards middle and off stump and let him pull it from there. Harun coming in again. This one hit harder. This one is an edge, and it's going to land safely, and they should push for 2, and they are pushing 2, and they do get 2 in the end. It was short, and Vivek tried to play a cross-bat shot and try to push it through point. Finds the outside edge of it, went over point, landed safely, and they do pick up 2 in the end. So that's 9 runs off the over so far. A good over that they're having. Harun, again, a little bit of a quicker one. It was outside the off stump, so he's got to keep it there. Let's see how he backs that up. And again, this time Fuller outside the off stump will work to third man. Good fielding by the man at third man, not allowing for a quick single. You see the camera shaking, and that's not because it's a practical joke. It is because the wind is blowing. It actually feels quite nice to get some of that cool breeze in. So let's see how Harun bowls this next delivery. We just bowled a dot ball. And Vivek this time again trying to run it down to third man. Keeper not able to hold on to it, fumbled it. It's going to be another dot ball, so there are pressure being created. You see and Harun bowls this ball, and it's Fuller outside the off stump, and appeal, and he's gone. Vivek is gone, caught the outside edge of him, and that is going to be the end of this partnership. A really good partnership. Lasted from the 3rd over into this 10th over. The Sunrisers lose their second wicket, 76 runs on the board. Again, this is the 10th over going, and they had this good over going on, but Harun takes the big wicket of Vivek, and we'll see who the Sunrisers send in next. And you can see the new batsman, Aditya Matukamali. He is coming into bat. They're replacing Vivek. Again, 81 runs needed in 60 deliveries, so still the Sunrisers have plenty of wickets in hands. 81 from 61, excuse me. Still a ball to go. So I think for the Sunrisers, you got to feel confident in your chances here as long as you don't lose a bunch of wickets together. You see that last partnership lasted 60 runs, a big partnership between Mohit and Vivek. That was broken by Harun. So now let's see, how does this partnership last and how long does it last? Adi into Mohit Matthew, not given by the umpire. They sneak a single there. So now we have the matchup we've all been waiting for. Adi against Adi. Who wins it? Who claims to be the superior Adi today? It's all fun and games here, just games within the games. But again, a single taken off the first ball by Mohit. He's done that very consistently. So now Adiem, he has to continue to take the singles, rotate the strike around. Again, the run rate, the required run rate is just above 8. So again, you just need a couple of twos and you're well on your way. So let's see how this ball is bowled, and it's spun from outside the leg stump onto the leg stump. So Adi G looking to attack the square leg fielder, looking to use him, get him into play. So again, Adi the bowler has been hard to play. Again, Adi to Adi, games within the games. This one again outside the leg stump. Adi M tried to just drop the hands and let it go through. Ends up not getting it. And Adi G has been a hard bowler to face. No one's really been able to pick up what they want from him. And Adi, he looks like he's consistently pushing it outside the leg stump. So maybe Adi M makes an adjustment there and takes a trigger outside there. And this one was outside the off stump, was on the off stump, and past the outside edge of the batsman, past the gloves of the keeper. It's a dot ball in the end, so three dots after a single to start us off. And again, against the over of Adi's, I think what you have to look for is to, again, not throw your wicket away, continue to just keep it moving if you can. Again, your wicket is more important than maybe trying to get a 6 off this delivery. You can get it off the others. And this one left alone, and it's going to be signaled wide by the umpire. So freebies by Adi, doesn't bowl many of them, but anytime he does, you got to take it as a batting side. Again, the slip is still in play. This one shorter, worked through mid-wicket, and they take a nice easy single there. And Mohit will be back on strike. So now Adi coming into Mohit's now. Again, on the leg side, there is a deep mid-wicket and a deep backward square leg. Adi coming over to Mohit. And this one on his pads once again, worked through fine leg. They should push 2, might run away for 4, and it has run away for 4. No, it has not run away for 4. They're going to get 2 off of that one right there. And this becomes an over where 5 runs were taking off of it. So even though you didn't get up to your required run rate, it's still a good score in the end. Tornadoes 81.
What was the last ball?
81 for 2 at the end of 11. Harun is coming back into bowl. Again, he just can't bowl the looseners. He took the big wicket of Vivek. Adda is still on strike. So let's see how he deals with Harun. Harun would love a second wicket in a second over. And this one, outside the off stump, work through covers, and it's just going to be a single as there is a man at deep cover. So now the lefty, Mohit Matthew, back on strike. So again, after getting just 5 runs in the last over, you would ideally look for a double-digit run over. The run rate's steadily tricking above 8, and Mohit Matthew just works this one straight to short cover, and Harun's doing a great job there, not giving up any width, not giving up any room for Mohit. Does Mohit go back to old tactics and go to the off stump? And it seems like he is going to take an off stump guard. And he goes, just to the left of the man at short cover, and it ends up just being a single in the end. I thought he was going to have a big heave over mid-wicket. But ends up just being a single too long off. So now the righty back on strike. Harun has bowled really, really well. He hasn't given up much. Not giving him any room to work with. And you can see Vicky on your screen just making some fielding adjustments, telling the cover to come more around and daring Adda to play straight into the V and trying to hope you can get that edge straight back to the keeper. And this one is cut away. There is no fielder at deep point. It's going to be 2. They should push 2. They do get 2 in the end. And that one, well done by Adda. I think it was just a little bit too short from Harun, and Adda stayed on that back foot and just worked it over point. Really nice shot there. So big 2, really important 2 for this over. Brings you to 4 runs and 4 balls. You get another 2 more 2s, and you are right on pace. Harun coming back into Adda. This one closer to him, and it's cut through covers this time, and they should run and pick up 2 again. They're pushing 2, and they get 2 quite easily. In the end, they're attacking that area of the field. Really good stuff there from Adda. He's understanding his role. He doesn't need to go out there and hit big. Just needs to go out there and get 2s, and run around with Mohit. And it seems like they're moving that cover fielder even further around, so more of a cover point fielder at this point. Again, Harun seems to be wanting to hit the deck. They've taken out the mid-wicket fielder and bring out in a short cover, so now you could run to that short mid-wicket side. Oh, and looking just to run it down to third man, and he's cleaned him up. No? He has not cleaned him up, excuse me. See, I thought that Adda was walking off. I don't think there was a wicket. Didn't see a finger raise up at all. But that is the end of the 12th over. The Sunrisers 87 for 2. Again, at the end of 12. So Adda coming back into bowl. We'll be bowling to Mohit Matthew. Adda's just been really hard to play, really hard to figure out for any of these batsmen so far. And Mohit just played that one a short cover. Misfielder short cover allows for a quick single to be taken. And at this point, you can't have those misfields in the field. Every quick single that is taken is a win for the Sunrisers. And now Adda is moving around backward square leg into more of a square of just a regular square leg, a deep square leg, but not backward. So Sunrisers are 88 for 2 here in this 13th over. They need 69 off the next 47 as Adda's coming into Adda. And looking to run it down again is Adda, and another well-kept ball there by the keeper. And I think if you want to run it down, you have to commit to running it down. You can't just put a stab out there. You want to get your feet close to the delivery and just push your bat out there. This one is slashed through the covers and should be just one. And it is just going to be one, so Mohit will be back on strike. So let's see what Mohit can do. Mohit's been batting well. He slowed up just a little bit. He's into the 40s now. Just off 29 deliveries. And Adda coming into Mohit. Again, over the stumps. This one a full toss, low full toss. It's worked through mid-wicket. They're just going to pick up one. They're going to push two. They just pick up one there in the end. So good over again from Adda. It's been tough to play him. This is his third over going. Only given up 8 runs so far with 3 balls left. Or 2 balls. With 2 balls left, excuse me. Giving up 9 runs. So here comes Adda into Adda. Again, games within games. Again, if you're going to push it down to the third man, you got to commit to it. And another one just beating Adda. Adda G has just been unstoppable so far. He's been unplayable. And another dot ball. Sunrisers can't have a build-up of these dot balls again. You don't want to get out here if you're Adda because you know your wicket's too important. But you got to continue to rotate. This one, quicker one. And it spun a long ways down. It's going to be a wide ball. Adda just trying to put a slider through. It was quicker, and it just ends up being a wide. So free runs for the Sunrisers, and they'll take it for the Tornadoes. It was a good over, still is a good over, but you won't want those freebies. You want to cut those out. This one lofted up, complete full toss, ends up just being a single. Worked too long on. And that is the end of the 13th over. The Sunrisers are 92 for the loss of 2. They need 65 from the next 42 deliveries. So it looks like a new bowler is going to be introduced into the attack. It's going to be Akash Joshi. He had the big innings with the bat, scoring 50, putting the Tornadoes in this position. So with 42 deliveries left, the Sunrisers need 65 runs, a required run rate of 9.29. As you look at the bowling, everyone's been pretty economical. Arvind, he's taken a wicket, giving up 20 runs in 3 overs. And Harun, he's taking a wicket with 2 overs bowled, giving up 15 runs. And then Adda, 3 overs, 12 runs, and no wickets. So he's creating a lot of the pressure that's allowing these wickets to fall, not giving up anything. And for the batting, again, the big partnership between Mohit and Vivek was what allowed the Sunrisers to be in this favorable position. Mohit still batting into the 40s, and Adda is just looking to get a move on now, 8 off of 12. And you look at the score trend, they're still well ahead of that score trend, but it's that last spike at the end that the Sunrisers have to contend with. Again, they're still well ahead of it, not losing wickets in bunches, not plateauing at any point, but there's a huge spike, and that's when they need to continue to rise up to that challenge. So again, Akash Joshi is the bowler, and he's going to be bowling to Adda. Adda would love to get a move on here. He's going to need to get a move on here. And for the field, it's opened up. They're going to need to take 1s and 2s. He's been very adamant of running it down to third man, but he's slashing this one through cover for just a single. There is a deep cover. That one just a full toss well outside the off stump. And it's going to be a tight finish here. It's going to be a really close finish. Again, as the Sunrisers, they've been ahead of the strike rate all day of the Tornadoes when they were batting. It's 65 needed from the next 42. 9.29 is the required run rate. The sun is starting to set here. It's going to be a nice golden hour finish for us. It's been a beautiful day so far as this ball is bowled into Mohit. It's chipped up in the air, and it's just going to be a couple bounces to the fielder, and they're going to take up a single there. So again, they're not giving much width to Mohit, daring him to play to the short side of the ground, but they're playing him to play straight, so the longer sides of the ground. And Adda is back on strike, and again, just singles every ball. One will come where you can get a two. You might get a boundary and an over, so just continue to run your singles. Big slash, and it's gone to covers and straight to the man at cover, and it's taken a nice easy catch taken by Jalandhar at cover, and that's the end of Adda. So let's see who the Sunrisers send in now. They're 3 down here. They just lost their wicket. It looks like Daman Singh is going to be the new bat. Jalandhar with a catch straight to him at deep extra cover. Made it look very, very easy. Made no mistake. And now the new batsman, Daman Singh. He bowled really well, so now let's see what he can do with the bat. Thirty 63 runs needed in the next 39 deliveries. Daman Singh, a destructive, explosive batsman, on the crease now, been sent in. What can he do? He's going to have to put an innings together here. Ones of like to win this match. And here we go. This ball comes in, and it's just worked off of the legs from Daman. It's going to be a quick single. Daman wasting no time getting off the mark. And again, it might be a blessing for the skies for the Sunrisers to have lost the wicket. Not saying that Adda wasn't a good batsman. When you have a guy like Daman in the dugout, and Adda just seemed to be struggling to connect against the slower bowlers, the guys who are looping it up a little bit more, maybe it's a benefit for you because now you're able to rotate strike a little bit better. And this one is worked down the leg side. It came off the legs, and Daman very quick to run it. Mohit ran it as well. It's going to end up being a wide delivery. And they'll take the freebies, and they get a wide plus a run off of that one. So again, Daman, I think his athleticism as well as his ability to run and his explosive, exciting batting is going to allow him to be a huge help for the Sunrisers at this stage of the game. This ball, Daman just works it again to mid-wicket, and just another quick single taken. Very, very smart stuff there from Daman. This one has been put to mid-wicket, and it's going to be a single in the end. So 58 needed from 56, and Arvind is back into bowl. And Mohit was struggling a little bit against Arvind early on, so they're hoping that those struggles can continue. Again, it's going to be a perfect golden hour finish to an exciting Adda Premier League match. As you can see, the other matches just finished below us. I believe the Raiders have just walked away victorious. As Arvind comes in, bowls this one right on off stump, and it's worked too long off for a quick single. So now Daman will be on strike facing Arvind. So let's see what Daman can do here. Came in, no helmet on, hat on. What can he do against Arvind? He's a destructive hitter. He might be challenging in the commentary box. He loves to hit in this direction. He might have set it up in the wrong spot. He might be a little bit too close to the boundary for our liking if he gets in a hot streak. Arvind comes in. Daman goes big, and that's a big 6 over long gone. And what did I say? This is where he likes to go. He likes to go straight. It was full outside on the off stump, and Daman just saw it early and made no mistake about it. It's a huge 6 there. Making 51 from 34. He's got to be smart here. This Daman can't just have a spree like this. If he has it, if the balls are there, hit it. Just needs to pick and choose his deliveries to hit. Arvind coming in to Daman. Daman again going big. I'm not sure if he connected. No, he did connect. Almost hitting one of his own teammates back here. The score, that's another 6. Big 6. 45 from 33, and Daman is getting into a rhythm here. 14 from 4 he is. And this could be the Dream 11 game changer of the match, the super striker of the match. As they would say in the IPL. Again, this would be a big wicket for the Tornadoes. You can see Daman, he's starting to feel it. Pull the length back. He goes big. He pulled the length back well outside the offside, and you can see Daman played the cross bat shot, and this is what I'm talking about. He's got to be a little bit more selective of the balls he hits. The last 2 he did, they were there in the slot, and they were meant to be hit. This one, you know that they're going to do something a little bit different. Look for it, and just look to work it down for a single. How does he respond after a dot ball? He's looking to go big again, and he's missed out. Again, what I'm talking about. Be selective. It was there, but the head came up before the bat came down. He looked to play across it. Here we go. Adda coming in, and just past the off stump of Daman. So after 2 6s, they end with 3 dot balls. 45 needed from 30 now for the Sunrisers. Yush is the new bowler. Coming back in, lefty to lefty now. So again, Mohit, he's in the 40s. He's been in for quite some time. Been in since the opening. 15 overs up. The Sunrisers are 112 for the loss of 3. They need 45 in the next 30 deliveries to go out there and win it. So again, the run rate is 9. It's not terrible. This is a great place to be in for the Sunrisers. They're still in it. Again, they just got to continue to run, get a boundary every over, and just run every other delivery, and you're good. I know it's much easier said than done, and Adi still has an over left, and that's the over that you got to watch for, but you got to make up for it. Again, they scored 13 in the previous over, 2 6s from Daman, and then a single taken. As Piyush comes in for this one, and Mohit looking to heave that one over mid-wicket, and that one's going to be a dot ball. It was back of a length. Looks like they're trying to hit the deck hard and try to make Mohit play off the back foot. Again, I think you got to vary that length a little bit more. I think I would prefer you be just a little bit fuller in length. That was one I think is a little bit too short. Still think that good length is a good place to be. That in-betweening length and making them decide what they want to do. But as Bayush comes in for this one, he does go full. This one goes all the way full. And he's taken Mohit. A big, big wicket at this moment. A great catch taken by the keeper, and Mohit Matthew is gone, and now a new batsman will be there. 2 new batsmen. Daman is starting to feel it, but now you have a brand new batsman who will be on strike. No more lefty-righty combo. Nothing to jar off the lines of the bowlers. And the Sunrisers, they lose their 4th wicket here in the 16th over. They have 112 runs on the board. They need 45 off the next 28. Can Daman and the new batsman do it? Karthikeya is the new bat, and the Sunrise would hope that he and Daman are able to finish off this run chase for the Tornadoes. They just need to continue to get the dot balls, and the wickets will follow you. Again, for the Tornadoes, you're ahead of it right now. The run rate is climbing. It's just under 10 right now, and you know they're going to have to get aggressive at some point. So keep focusing on the dot balls, keep getting those dot balls, and they'll throw in the wickets. They'll chip those in. Tornadoes, you don't have to do anything fancy. You just got to play your game for the Sunrisers. Now it's in a position where you've got to score off every delivery. It doesn't matter if it's a single, it doesn't matter if it's a boundary. You just got to continue to score off every delivery. You need a boundary every over, right? There's one shot that needs to be a boundary. So you got to find that gentle balance. How do you do this? It's going to be very tough to navigate this run chase. Daman's well experienced. Again, it's going to be a golden hour finish to this match. What does Piyush have in store for the new batsman, Karthikeya? The field, there is a deep cover as well as a long off, a cow corner, and a deep mid-wicket. Inside the circle, there is a point, a cover point, and a cover, as well as a backward square leg fielder. So again, let's see what Piyush has in store for Karthikeya. Expect that good length area just outside the off stump with the field that he has. Here you go, Karthikeya comes in, and it is that good length delivery, but this time on middle and leg stump. Karthikeya looking to play across the line, looking to pull that one all the way over mid-wicket. Mohit missing out on his 50, was on 45 when he got out. And 45 needed from 27 now. Karthikeya's got to find a way to continue to rotate the strike. And he looks for a big heave, an edge, third man's there, but it doesn't matter, it's a 6. And with the short third man, with the pace of Piyush, that one went over the fielder there. There was a deep third man fielder. I didn't even see the deep third man fielder. He was in play, but it didn't matter. 39 from 26, and what a fortunate turn of events for the Sunrisers. Not a bad ball from Piyush. Not much you could do with that one. You got exactly what you wanted, an edge, skied up in the air, but unfortunately for them, enough of bat on it for it to go away for a 6. Again, 39 from 26 now. So they got runs, but you can't be happy with that. You got to continue to rotate. 2 balls left. Piyush coming in. Expect him to go all the way full here. He does go all the way full here, but he sent it straight back. Could be taken, and it is nice and easy. Didn't fully connect on it. And that is another wicket down for the Sunrisers. They've lost their 5th wicket. 39 needed in the next 25 deliveries. And I am pleased to welcome the statistician Rahul back into the commentary box. He got finished umpiring the game between the Raiders and the Samp Army. Just as the wicket's fallen, now I want to turn it over to him and just ask him, what do you think about the situation, and what would you do, and what's the plan that should be taken in this situation?
Obviously, they need to take this deep, but more importantly, I think the wicket that they lost at this point, they have also given away a dot. It was a simple catch for Sai at long off. They have lost one more ball and a wicket as well. So right now it is 39 runs of 25 balls.
Yes, and it was pretty simple for Sai. He made slight work of it. I got a little bit worried here in the commentary box. I saw it got hit, and I saw it right in our direction. And I said, I can't see over this tarp that we have. And if it goes for a boundary, we're in trouble. But Sai made quick work of it. So now the new batsman in is Abhishek Sharma, and he's a good bat as well. So him and Daman would have to hope that they can play it deep. Piyush still has the ball left in the over. And Piyush coming into Daman. Last ball of the over. And Daman looking to play it straight back down the ground. Well stopped by Piyush. It's come hard off his bat. I've had to do that a couple times in the nets. Put my hands in the way of a couple balls that came off the middle of Daman's bat. Not pleasant, but now that brings the equation. 39 needed from the next 24 deliveries. Can Abhishek Sharma and Daman Singh, can they pull it off? They're going to need, the Sunrise are going to need it. Again, it's going to be a golden hour finish to an exciting, exciting match. It's going to come down right to the wire. And it looks like Aditya Gupta is going to come back in the bowl. He's been really unplayable for the past 2 days. He's found some kind of rhythm. It didn't find a rhythm with the bat today, but he's done well with the ball. As you see the bowling school card, Adi, 3 overs, 12 runs, no wickets, so he's put a lot of pressure on the batsman when he's bowled. And again, the options that you have Piyush has another over, Muzaffar, who I don't think will bowl, has 2 overs left, Harun has 2 overs left, and Sai still has 3 overs. So a lot of options for Vicky to go to, and then of course Akash Joshi has 3 overs. So a lot of options, and again, Daman Singh and Abhishek Sharma are going to need to be the 2 that can come in, and they still have a lot of batting. Even when you look at Nikhil all the way down there at number 8, 9, he's someone who can also swing around and hit as well. Nikhil, he opens the batting for a couple of the teams that he does play on. So there's a very deep batting lineup. Abhishek facing this delivery from Adi, looking to play a sweep shot, and he's just missed everything. And I think the word's got to be, we know we need boundaries. The required run rate is just under 10 though. Get your singles, get your doubles, and then the boundaries will follow you. Don't chase the boundaries. Don't deal in boundaries and dot balls. Deal in 1s and 2s, and then the boundaries will come. Adi, next delivery. It's again the same shot, and this time Abhishek Sharma picks it up, and yes, that's gone away for 6. I think Adi this time tried to just follow him a little bit, went straight down the leg side a little bit, was a little bit over pitched, and 33 from 22 now. And we've just made this a heck of a lot more interesting.
Yeah, right in the slot there for Adi to be hit. Adi hit it, for Abhishek to hit. Adi put it on the leg side, right in the slot, and a huge 6 overs deep square leg.
Absolutely, and again, for Adi, I think you just got to keep it outside the off stump. Let him take it from outside the off stump and push it over. But in that case, I think if he does that, then you have to succeed it to him. This one, it's a full toss on the leg side, and that's another 6. Adi, I think, tried to slow it up again, and he got a little bit too full, and now the equation becomes 27 from 21. Abhishek Sharma is making this look very, very easy. It's not easy to play this guy. Just 2 unfortunate deliveries from Adi, 2 poor deliveries there, and Abhishek Sharma did not miss out.
Yeah, that ball had hit me written all over it. Abhishek took advantage of that full toss and put it across the road for a huge 6.
It's going to be tight here. Adi's got to fix it. He's got to bring the length back, push it towards that off stump. Here he comes, Adi. Another one that's been swept. It's been swept along the ground. So it's going to be a single, though, but that's 13 runs off the over so far. So you don't need to go searching for anything here if you're Daman. 26 needed from 20. Just continue to get your 1s and 2s. Daman is a big shot hitter, but he needs to realize the situation where he can just take 1s and 2s, and they'll be in a good spot here. And he comes down the track, and it's big. It's up in the air. Could be taken by Sai. Can he settling underneath it? And quite is he taken in the end. And what did we just say? We just said he needs to realize the situation. I saw it off the bat, and I got worried again because I know how hard he can hit, but it went skied straight up in the air. And that's just, you got to be disappointed if you're Daman. You felt that you could have finished this game off if you were able to stay there.
Yeah, it was miles in the air, and Sai took an excellent catch. The higher the ball goes, the more time it takes for the bowler, for the fielder to think, and that's more the pressure on the fielder. However, an excellent judge by Sai there.
Absolutely, and that ends Daman Singh. He was 14 off of 9 deliveries, and again, he came down the check, and as soon as I came down, he also made room for himself, looking to just hit it over everything, and went miles in the air, and Sai took, again, a brilliant catch there. So a new batsman in, and he will be on the non-strikers end, though, and it seems like Abhishek Sharma liking Adi right now. He liked the 2 balls that he played of Adi, the 2 big 6s, and again, singles are all you need at this point. Again, it's a dot ball, and that was a big thing maybe not so much the wicket. Again, you're losing wickets, but the dot balls are the biggest thing right now. And it seems like there's a substitute fielder in for the Tornadoes. Actually, no, there is not. He just came into... oh, no, there is a substitute fielder coming in for the Tornadoes. So Adi coming in to Abhishek. And soft up in the air, Abhishek just plays it straight to the man at long on for a quick single. So smart batting there from Abhishek.
Yeah, definitely. They had the runs for the over. 13 runs they had already got in 3 balls. I think that is sensible cricket, taking a single of the last and keeping strike.
Absolutely, just smart stuff going on. I think he knows that he is the bat that is doing everything. The equation now becomes 25 from 18. So again, I still would say that the Tornadoes, Sunrisers would have to like their chances. Even as the sun is setting, they are rising right now, are the Sunrisers. For the Tornadoes, what they got to do now is they just got to string together dot balls. They can string those together. They'll be in good shape. I don't think wickets, the wickets, more importantly, are the dot balls. So I think you can focus on your dot balls. The wickets will come when they come. But if you get 3, 4, 5 dot balls strung together, it creates a lot of pressure, and the batsman will play a rash shot, and you'll get one to sky, and you'll get one to catch. The fielders have not dropped anything today. So again, search for your dot balls. Piyush is bowling his final over here. He's given up 22 runs in his 3, taking 2 wickets, and you would hope that he doesn't give up anything. His total doesn't go above 25 here in this over. Again, for Abhishek Sharma, you got to realize, okay, 1s and 2s will help us win, and that's all we need to do at this point. And he flicks it behind square. This one's trailing onto the legs of Abhishek Sharma, and it's gone away for 4. Not a great ball for Piyush to start off with. It was just too much down the leg side, and Abhishek made quick ease of that one. And that was just too easy for Abhishek. It's just Piyush, he struggled with it a little bit. He's found a couple where it's just straying down the leg side. And for a batsman that's feeling it right now, especially a batsman of Abhishek Sharma's class, he's just able to pick it off his pads and work it down there where there was no protection. And that's definitely not the plan. The plan was to hit that kind of good length area and let him play straight back. If he can hit you straight back, he hits you straight back. I think that's what they're saying. And now the target becomes 21 from 17. It's getting much easier for the Sunrisers with every single boundary hit. Now Abhishek, don't do anything dumb. For the Tornadoes, they need a wicket, they need a dot ball, and they get a single. Do the Sunrisers and sensible cricket, just as you said from Abhishek Sharma.
Yeah, and I was just looking at the points table. This is a match which, if the Sunrisers win, they are going to mostly end up 5th, because on Century Fields, I think Kings and Chargers are playing. Chargers are currently 5th. Kings seem to be, winning that match. They need, that's again a close match. They need 23 of 2.4 overs. So if Kings wins, the Chargers most likely on net run rate are going to go down, given Sunrisers wins here. So definitely they need to play for pride here. And that's a big one. This might go for the 6. Yeah, it is. It seems to be. It's a 4 over deep point. That's a good slash. As they say, when you slash hard. And they've got a 4 here.
Absolutely, that was a much better ball. It was just a little bit too much width on offer, and Abhishek and the batsman made no mistake on that one. He said, you know what, I'm going in, and I'm going in hard with it. The batsman is Zishan, and he said, you know what, I'm just going to step through, and I'm going to go. Again, yeah. And again, you slash hard, and that went away from over deep point for 4 runs, and now the equation becomes 16 from 15. Singles, doubles going to win you. You don't need boundaries at this point. They're pushing someone else back to deep backward point. You see their third man is moving finer. He's moving straighter, and there is a deep backward point there for the edges. So again, the good length area is the area you want to hit now. And again, that's going to be a wide ball. Yes, it is going to be a wide ball. He tried to bounce it in hard, try to hit the deck hard, and just continued to stray down the offside. And this is just poor death bowling right at this point. It's just unfortunate. 15 from 15. Singles, that's all you need. Now if you're the Tornadoes, you have to take every dot ball as they come. You can't look to do anything too special. And this one's worked over point, and there is the fielder there, and he feels it well. And it ends up in a single. Zishan was pushing 2, and wisely did not take it. There is still 2 balls left in this over. 14 from 14 needed. This delivery is edged and he's gone. They've taken Abhishek Sharma. And another twist to this turn. Twists and turns all up in this match, and Abhishek Sharma has to depart, and a big wicket, and more importantly, a big dot ball for the Tornadoes. So the captain, Yash, is coming in, and he's going to need to see his team over the line here. It's going to be 14 from the remainder of 13. That's all you need here. So again, you don't need to do anything special, and it seems to be the plan of Bayush to hit the deck and push it away from the batsman. I'm not sure if that's the best plan to do here, but again, you got to search for dot balls, search for wickets now because of what the run rate is. And there's 3 wickets left, so I think they're searching for those wickets and trying to create those wicket-taking opportunities as Bayush comes in to bowl this delivery. And, almost created another one. Asking for a wide was Yash, wasn't given. And that is the end of that over, and the Sunrisers need 14 in the next 12 deliveries to win. And we'll see who they bring into bowl. Did they finish out Adi? Abhishek Sharma is gone. He was the one who was taking apart Adi. Would you bring in Adi for his final over? Or if Adi is done, excuse me. So the bowlers with overs remaining, you got Musaffar, Sai Krishna, Akash Joshi, and Harun Warwick. Who would you bring into bowl?
I would go with Akash. Akash has his tail up because he's batted extremely well. He's got them out of the hole. He is on a high. I think they should go with Akash. Maybe they are trying to keep him for the last over, as they're trying to bring in Sai. Yeah, it seems to be Sai. Sai has an excellent slow one. He can disguise that very well. So I think that is the plan right now.
Yeah, and Sai, he's bowled 1 over so far, and he bowled well in that over. Went a little bit wide to the left-hander, so they like the right-handed combination of him, and he sticks to a plan, and he's the wicket-taking bowler. He's able to take wickets. He's very aggressive in it. I think that's what they want at this point. Again, 14 off of 12. If you're the Sunrisers, you know nothing fancy needs to happen. Singles. One will come your way, right? You know one will come your way. For the Tornadoes, you've got to be very disciplined with everything you do. No overthrows, no extras. Make them earn every single run they score. Make them earn every single one. If you're giving them freebies, then you're going to lose this game. That's what it is at this point. And let's see what the Tornadoes, what their plan is here. They're bringing Long on up to mid-on. And so now it's interesting. So he's going to keep it outside the off stump, and maybe that's a ploy, and we'll see if Zishan tries to take it over the top of mid-on and attack that area if he bowls full, but I think he's going to hit that good length area once again. And he does hit that good length area. It's popped up straight up in the air. Sai settling underneath it, and yes! And Zishan is gone. 14 off 11 now, and again, good length outside the off stump, looking for a big shot, and this one just popped up straight in the air. And now 2 wickets remaining for the Tornadoes to go out there and win this thing.
Yeah, Sai doesn't drop many, does he? He's taken a good catch again. They are 8 down, and this was not a shot that was required. They just had to tap it and take a single. They have it in control. I think 14 of 2 overs is what they wanted. They've given away a wicket, and more importantly, a dot ball as well.
Absolutely. I feel like Zishan could have just pushed his bat at it, ran it down to third man. The third man is very around, so might have ran away for 4. But it's going to be a dot ball nonetheless. 14 needed from 11. Yash is going to be on the striker's end. Omar is on the non-strike. They still have Nikhil sitting in the dugout, a very capable batsman. They still have this game if they just don't lose the wickets here, if they continue to take 1s and 2s. for the Tornadoes. They are 3 wickets away. 3 wickets away. And that's why they brought Sai. They know he's a wicket-taking bowler. They know he's able to execute the plan. And Vicky, I think, has the most trust in him after playing with him for such a long time. As Sai comes in to bowl this delivery. And it's going to be a wide. And the extras, the freebies, we said you can't have those. 13 from 11. And you see the plan is to hit that length and push it outside the off stump. That one just throwing a little bit too far down the off stump. I think Sai might want to change it up and go with a fuller delivery. Conversations going between Sai and his captain Vicky, telling him, look, do this. This is what it is. This is all we need. Here you go, Sai coming in for what he's hoping is the second legal delivery of the over. He tries the slower one. It's full. It's hit up in the air. Settling underneath. It's going to be 6. And it is 6. And what a huge shot there from the captain Yash. He tried the slower one. It was there. It was outside the off stump. Yash seemed to be expecting it. And he's taking it right outside the off stump and played it over extra cover for a big 6. And now it's 8 from the next 10.
You could see that Yash was waiting for it. He was definitely expecting a slower one. He got the slow one. These guys have played so much against each other. They know Sai very well. Yash has been an experienced player so far, and that was a good hit.
And I apologize, it is 7 of the next 10 because of the wide delivery. But what a shot now, and now all the pressure back on Sai. Let's see what he has in store here. Let's try it again. And it just ran down to point, and well fielded at point, and they do sneak the single though. It was a good stuff there at the man at backward point. Not much more you could ask for. A diving, put his body behind it, and not allowed them to get a second run. But now it's 6 needed off the next 9.
So okay, they need 6 of 9 here, and just as an update, there is another nail biter going on at Century Fields between Chargers and Kings. Kings are also in a similar situation. They are chasing 164. They are at 157 for 4, and they are requiring another 8 runs of 7 balls. So they have wickets in hand, Kings there. So 8 runs of 7 balls, a bit more easier than what we are seeing here between Tornadoes and Sunrisers.
Yeah, 2 nail biters, and what a way to finish off the second week of the Adda Premier League, right? Going into the playoffs, we love to see the high-intensity games. And Sai, he's got to find something into Omar, okay? Omar is their 8-down batsman, so he is someone who they can collapse the order around him. They would love to do this if they just, when Yash doesn't have to play a single another delivery, the Tornadoes would love it. If you're Omar, you have to realize we just need a single. It's just a single. A dot ball's fine too. Just don't try anything dumb. He plays it through covers. It's slashed. It's going to go for 4, and it does run away for 4. The cover fielder was inside, and it was played right of the cover fielder on the circle, and it runs away for 4. Now just 2 needed for the next 8 deliveries. And now the Tornadoes are on the back foot. And it looks like this is putting everyone inside, daring Omar to take it over the top. Everyone inside the circle. No one is deep. Omar needs to pick the gap once again. If you get it outside the circle, there's always 2, especially if there's no fielder. Sai coming in. The slower one. On his pass, they run 1, and they get 1 quite easily in the end. So at least it's a tie, and we might have a super over in its store. A golden hour finish to a golden game out here. 1 ball left in the second to last over. So here you go, 1 needed from the next 7. So here we go. Will this be the last ball? It's definitely going to be the last ball of this 19th over. Sai comes in to Yash. It's worked through mid-wicket, and they take a single. And they get it quite easily in the end, and they end up winning. The Sunrisers have chased down the massive total of 157. What a great match we have just witnessed here. The Tornadoes, they somehow were able to get to 157. Great stuff from Akash Joshi and Muzaffar. Both of them putting great stuff together. And for the Sunrisers, they were so smart with everything they did. They didn't try to do anything too fancy. They had put great partnerships together, especially the partnership between Mohit and Vivek, and they just put everything together. Daman hit some big sixes. Omar came in, hit a 4. Yash came in, hit a 6, and sealed up the deal. Great match to see here in the final match, or the second to final match of the second to final week of the Adda Premier League. Really incredible game here.
Yeah, excellent game, and you could see Yash's celebrations there. It meant so much to them, this win. They are not going to get relaxed, because I think they have to go and watch what's happening with the Chargers and Kings there, because if the Chargers lose that one, then I think Sunrisers would end up 5th, and that is what I think they are hoping as well. They require 5 runs of 0.5 balls, so the pressure is still not off. Even though Sunrisers has won this match, I think they are going to go and open their cell phones and start looking at the score on the other end.
Absolutely, but I think they just got to live in this moment, enjoy it. Again, this is, they might not be playing next week, but they've got to enjoy having a win here and ending their season off with the win on a high. It's been a great game today, as you see the batting and the bowling scorecards popping up on your screen for the bowling of the Tornadoes. No one was really bad. Sai, just the final over, just not what you have wanted. Gave up 9 in his first and gave up quite a bit in the second. So, again, just a great match of cricket we just witnessed. A golden hour finish to an incredible match. Thank you to Babarbai. He was excellent with the technical stuff. He's doing all the graphics you see. They're all because of him. He's made all this happen. He is the reason all this is possible. Thank you, Rahul, for coming from umpiring.